All right, it's time to go ahead and get this started. Tonight's program is one that you all have been waiting here for a while, even if you were not aware of it. But we're going to go ahead and do this. My patron members are already aware of what I'm about to say. They've already been notified, but now you all will find out here yourselves. If I have been asked once, then I have been asked probably a couple of thousand times about the caliber and quality of females I have on the program. And Jason, why is it we don't get to talk to them and things? And I'm a guy who, for the most part, I'm pretty much, I'm okay at this point in my life with the way that things are, but a lot of these other fellas are not. And I've been asked a lot of questions about it. So this Valentine's Day is going to be different. It is going to be different because for the first time ever, we are going to have an online meetup is what we're going to have for the first time ever. I'm in the middle of organizing that now, and it's basically going to be available for all of the females who are here and for all the fellas who are here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some details because, by the way, this also includes panelists. I've been in touch with a lot of our panelists, and the ladies are eager to join us for this. So if you have seen a female who is on our panelists, now, not the married ones. However, most of the female panelists we've had, I've been in touch with them to find out if they wanted to go ahead and participate in this, and most of them have said yes. So if you saw a young lady and you were thinking before, you know what, she's all right, she would be a good person to talk to and things, well, that's about to become available. But first and foremost, we gotta go over the rules because this is not some online hookup thing. We are still steadily entrenched in power dynamics, which means that you have to be a certain type of person to participate. And there will be rules of the road. So pay attention. First and foremost, we need to talk to the men because the fellas are going to want to take part in this. They ask me about it all the time. They're asking about females who are involved all the time. Well, we're about to knock down some of those barriers, but fellas, here are the rules. There is going to be a rating system. That rating system is going to be instituted and initiated by me. I'll be the one in charge of initiating the rating system. There's going to be a rating system for the fellas, and there's going to be a rating system for the females. For the fellas, the rating system is going to be tilted in favor of productivity. So if you were thinking to yourself, you're going to get your beard done up and get the waves in your hair and get the suit game popping, and that would compensate for lack of productivity, not really. So there will be a rating system. I will be personally vetting everyone. The more that is involved, the higher your rating will get. Well, Jason, what exactly do you mean by that? Let me go ahead and put this in proper perspective for you here. Let's just say that you're a certain type of guy. And in your case, for whatever the reason is, and I'm not here to judge you for it, but in your case, for whatever the reason is, the money just ain't never been right. The money has never been right. You haven't really been able to get that together like it should be. Well, I'm just going to tell you right now, there will be a minimum amount of money that you have to be able to make. But let's just be clear. Let's just say you starting at $50,000 a year, the median, you don't get 5-star, you get 1. Fellas, if your money ain't right, you don't get the 5-star, you get 1. If you at $50,000, you get 1 star. If you're halfway between 50 and 100, maybe I'll give you 2 stars, assuming everything else is together. If you're a single father, boom, back down to 1 star again. And like I say, it's going to be a system. You lose demerits. And for the men, you start at 1 star and go up. For the females, we're going to start you all at 4 stars, 5 star is an anomaly, and go down. So be aware, first of all. Them's the rules, especially where the fellas are concerned. Men have to be built, and you're going to have to pay the cost to be the boss. What in the world encompasses the boss? As I explained to my patrons, and as you have known here for the longest time, for the fellas here, the more you can provide, the more you can do, the better you are, the more liberties you get to take. Well, Jason, what does that mean? That means that the fellas here, if you have a certain range, you get to say, well, Jason, my star rating should allow me to openly solicit for a side chick. Then that's what it'll be. But just understand, you got to qualify for something like that. You got to qualify. So I need to take a look at income. I need to take a look at excess disposable income. I need to take a look at cars, plural. I need to take a look at city and location and place that you are at. Those are the kind of things that I need to take a look at, because if you are not able to maintain a side chick, you don't need to have one. If your life does not demand variety, then you don't need it. Bella, yes. The answer is yes, but only if he weighs in at a certain weight. Well, Jason, what is weighed in at? Where income is concerned, let the bidding begin at $150,000. If you are a fella and you're single with no kids and you're making $150,000 a year and you have disposable income and your savings are adequate, and you all know what I consider adequate to be, you need to have at least a year's income in the bank. If everything is in place and you have the ability to sustain/upgrade a female standing, then of course, if you have the ability to do that, if you still trying to get yourself together, let me just be very, very clear, fellas. I'm not going to introduce you to these females and you still working on getting it together. I'm not doing that. No, having no kids for a man is a plus. The female is trying to get herself taken care of. So no, pay attention. For the females, that's a red flag because that's in the man's way. But we're going to start with the men and the women who don't have any children. I am not going to exclude men with children. They will be able to participate. Fellas, I'm also not going to exclude women with children. Single mothers will get to participate. So if you are a single mom, looking at you, Linda, you are going to be able to participate. So let's go ahead and start from there. I'm letting you know, you can have children, you cannot, but just understand, having kids will affect your star rating. Having kids is going to affect your rating. But everybody, if you wish to participate, you're able to go in there. Matter of fact, for the single moms, they'll be first in line to be side chicks. You already know that. Linda will be allowed. Yes, I need somebody to take her screwball ass off our hands. I really, really do. I need a fellow who can put her under some management and get her off my back. So in her case, I might just set up a situation for her, if for nothing more than so it'll move her, get this inventory off the lot. I need to get this car off the lot. So if there's a fella out there making 150 G's, I know who the first side chick is I'm signing you up with. So if you're interested in a slightly used Asian single mom, yeah, we need to get this one off the lot. We need to get this one off the lot. So we'll be ready to make a deal. Next order of business here. Like I say, the more, fellas, your pay is your way. The more you have, the more you get to ask. For the guys at $50,000 a year, don't even think about it. You can qualify for a 1 or 2 star chick. Jason, did you say a 1 or 2 star chick? What benefits are you offering? You're bringing just yourself and your wonderful personality. A fellow who is bringing himself and his wonderful personality might be telling himself that, you know what, my personality is a dime piece. Yeah, but the rest of your life is a work in progress. Therefore, looking at the basics here, I found your place in life for you. So, like I say, definitely you got to get in where you fit in, and I think I found where you fit in at. If you are not their preferred mode of travel, that's going to be what it's going to be. So let's be very, very clear about that. You might have visions of sugar plums and dimes running through your head, but if you're not attractive to them, then guess what? So for the fellas out there, we're going to start you at 1 star, and your income, your leadership abilities, because if you get on my phone and you mumbling at me, I'm like, okay, I don't see where you might have got lucky where we were going for. And your ability to upgrade a woman. I'm calling it for what it is. Your ability to upgrade her. That's going to be first and foremost. I got folks sitting here listening to me right now, make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $700,000, $1 million or more. I'm going to try to draft as many of them. I've already had a few of them contact me, making over $300,000, and they are available. So I'm going to start putting them under some management. Some of the ladies here, I'm going to start putting them up under some management. And yes, now I got to talk about the ladies. To the females listening, let's go ahead and discuss that real quick. Let's just get some things out the way. Single moms get to participate, but baby, you already know your star rating is going down. You get to participate, but your star rating is going down. Big body females, you are allowed to participate too, but you already know your star rating is going down. You already know you're going to take a ding. I am not going to prevent you from participating, but just understand this will be your star rating. It is what it is. To the older females, and older is over the age of 40. I really need to put it over the age of 35, but I'm going to be generous. I'm going to be generous just so we can have a hard cutoff, because if 40, you ain't beyond, you're just way beyond. But for the older females, if you're over the age of 40, you will be allowed to participate also. You'll be allowed to participate too. I'm going to tell you one thing right off the bat. Youth is going to get favorability. Youth is going to get preferential treatment, ladies. So let's be very clear about that. Youth is going to get preferential treatment. I have a number of females in their 20s. I have a number in their 20s. Bella, if you don't quit, if you don't stop. In any case, I got a number of females in their 20s. And they're going to get preferential treatment. To the chicks who are older than 40, just understand, okay, you seasoned and well-worn. All right. Just be aware of what that means. That's got to qualify to the fellas. That's got to qualify to the fellas. That must have been somebody else on my Zoom. But in any case, that's going to be up to the fellas. But ladies, I wasn't bull jiving in all these years. If you think you're going to be over the age of 40 and you're going to call the shots, I don't know what world you've been walking around in for the last 20 years, but it hasn't been this one. So be aware. To the ladies, no matter how you come into the situation, everything would have to be lined up. Everything would have to be lined up. And you're still not going to get a 5. I don't care what you do. You're not going to get a 5. You are not a 5-star chick over the age of 40. You are not 5-star over the age of 40. You're not. That's physically impossible. I said you can't be a dime over the age of 40. Hell, you can't really be a dime over the age of 35, but you can't be a dime over the age of 40. However, that doesn't mean that you cannot have a high rating. That doesn't mean you can't have a high rating. Monica, for example. Now, you all, if you saw The Last Train Leaving, Monica, you know she's one of my favorites. She's almost 50, but she's single. She has no kids. She goes to the gym. She's ex-military. She's got a lot going for her. She's easygoing and easy to deal with. So those actually help her. The age, ding. That ex-husband, ding, ding. But everything else, you don't have to drag them kicking and screaming. That helps. There's a reason why she's one of my favorites. That helps. Now, you got some of these other chicks out here, ladies, I gotta call it for what it is. Some of y'all, they got road miles and road pounds. So you'll be allowed to join, but I do want to make one thing very clear to you. Yes, you're allowed to join, but don't be surprised if we gotta ding something. Don't be surprised if we gotta ding something. But you already know that, so you are welcome to join us, but you're welcome to join. But the fellas will be, there's not going to be any catfishing. The fellas will be aware. And by the way, can we just be honest, ladies? That's probably where you kind of need to fit in. I mean, I'm just saying, if you built like Gilbert Grape, don't you really just need a guy with a good personality? Do you really need to have a fella making $200,000 a year who can quote unquote upgrade you? Upgrade you to what? So for the ladies out here, you a size 14 or bigger. Yeah, Mr. $50,000 a year. That's you. That's you right there. There it is. If you're a size 14 or bigger, size 12 probably or bigger, yeah, Mr. 50-50. Yeah, you can go, yeah, Mr. 50-50. It doesn't have to be great at leadership, just Mr. 50-50. That'll get you. That'll get you. So I'm just saying, if you a size 14, you and 50-50, hey, get in where you fit in. He's got a great personality. You got a great personality. He got messed up finances. You got messed up fat to body ratio. It's about time to get off the field. Jason, are you joking? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. So if you want to know where they're at and what they've been doing, I'm going to present this as an opportunity for everybody here to go ahead and start taking place. Now, what I'm looking at doing, the way in which this will work, and pay attention, the way in which this will work is I'm looking at setting it up on Zoom, because Zoom does allow you to set up private rooms. I don't know if I'm going to give out tickets through like Eventbrite or something, but Zoom does allow you to set up private rooms. So the manner in which I want to do this is I want to have the females set up with their star ratings. The females can be set up with their star ratings. And the fellas, based upon how high they rank, they get first come, first served. They get first choice at it. So, for example, if you're a 4-star chick, the 4-star guys will be first in line to talk to you. If you are a 2-star fella, no. Not at all. Not at all. But for the 4-star fellas can talk to everybody. The 3-star fellas, I might give them a variance. The 2-star fellas and 1-star, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. But this is the real world, and this is for real people. This is the real world, and this is for real people. So to my females, and I don't have to say a bunch of names. A bunch of them are in the chat room. A bunch of them are listening right now. Some of them are texting me on my phone right now. You supposed to be watching the program, ladies. Y'all texting me. Watch the program. They sitting on my phone texting me now. By the way, you know, matchmakers would Khadijah, matchmakers would charge y'all tens of thousands of dollars and not bring you nothing. There's the crazy thing about it. I don't even know if I call this, I mean, I guess you could call it matchmaking, except I'm not making matches. I'm just rating. But matchmakers would sit up here and charge you a whole bunch about that. Shay, I know you ain't upset about nothing, Miss Size 2. Size 2 waist, size 8 rear end. I know you ain't nervous about nothing. What are you talking about? That's bringing up bad memories for me, but there's going to be some fella out there who hasn't been through my life experience, and he can go ahead and get himself run through the ringer. I've been there and did that 20 years ago. But the real thing about it is I'm going to be the only thing I'm putting together is rating them, and then that's it. So it's not going to be a situation where you have social strata mismatches, which is the real issue. I don't want broke fellas running up on Shay. I don't want dudes getting themselves together to run up on her. Let me just give you an idea. If you're a female in your 20s today, I've got half a dozen of them in my chat room right now. They're in their 20s. They have no children. They're single. They have no children. They don't have overbearing attitude issues. So they are ready to be put under some management. And they're still in their 20s. So to the dudes in their 30s or 40s and they got their money and their life and their act together and they don't want to have to fight with a 40-something-year-old chick who wants to tell them that she knows it all. To the young ladies here, I ain't bull jiving. You actually get to be put in proximity of some men who can change your life. And they ain't just looking for the layup. So I want to put that out there first and foremost. But this is not the place that lets in, y'all know me. I don't just let in the general public. I don't just let in everybody who asks. You got to qualify to get here. If you came all this way and you standing in front of me, you got to qualify to get here. So no, Mr. Tatted Up and Mr. Swagalicious, who is working on getting through life on looks, screwed up as they may be, he's not going to make it past me. He's not going to make it past me. So this Valentine's Day, we're not going to do this on YouTube. So if you're not a part of the event, this is not an event that's going to happen on YouTube. It's going to be a complete blackout. What do you call it? VIP, whatever you want to call it, is complete blackout. What happens in Zoom Club stays in Zoom Club. It's a complete blackout. Yeah, we're not going to wait around forever for this. It's just 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks from now. That's not quick. I mean, that's not, next day. It's 3 weeks from now. So that gives you plenty of time. Now, one other thing I do want to cover here. Yes, everything else needs to be in place. Yes, I am going to vet the individual participants. No, it is not on Patreon. No, it is not on Patreon. No, this is available to everyone listening to me right now, but I'm going to vet you individually. You will be personally vetted by me. I am going to personally vet you. And yes, I need to see paycheck stubs. I need to see car registrations. I need to see things that certify and qualify what you got. Stocks, things that, for the fellas, the things that qualify your net worth. If you've been working all this time and making that happen, I need to see that. I need to qualify that. I need to be able to verify that you are that dude. If you like me and you do the company car thing, I got to see it. Christine, you damn right. We checking the paperwork. Line up. Line up. We checking paperwork. Paperwork check. Paperwork check. This is not that bull job that they do over there in the teeny bopper room and TikTok world and fresh and fit world. We the grown folks over here. We're the grown people. So I don't have any problem with putting such an event together, and I don't have any problem with coordinating it, but I'm not going to do it for nothing. Paperwork for the women. You damn right. The women are going to be required to take photographs of themselves. Oh yeah, one more thing. Shay has an unfair advantage in this area, but it is what it is. To the ladies, your rating you're going to have to take a photograph of yourself, but you will be allowed, and it's going to be a photograph that is recent because I'm going to have you take it, and you're going to have to do like I do when I give people a specific instruction of a pose they have to take. You all know I usually tell them you got to stand up and do the peace sign with their left hand. No, we ain't doing no filters. We ain't doing none of that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to require them to do a very short video clip. It can be 5 seconds or 10 seconds, but it'll be required to be a short video clip. And if they want to use a picture from it or take a still picture after that, they can do that. But you're not going to tell us that you're a size 8 and then your photograph says you're a size 14. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to tell us you got a size 8 and your photograph says you a size 14. That will not be allowed. So for the females, just understand you will be, you're going to be required to give a picture. You'll be required to do that. But you're going to have to give me some sort of evidence that that picture is in the present day. Don't go rummaging through your Facebook thinking you're going to be slick. And don't think you're going to go get some guy to go Photoshop it. Oh no, I'm going to make sure I talk to you myself. So get ready to be on camera when you talk to me. I'm doing this personally. Get ready to be on camera when you talk to me. Get ready. I may allow you to put up just a picture. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. You know what's going on. If you got photographs, if you want to take your bikinis or lingerie or whatever and set the fellas' hearts at ease about what you're working with, that always helps. That makes your star rating go up. You want to sit up here and wear your sweatpants? Okay, I'm going to verify what I need to, but you are allowed to present yourself however you want to. You show up looking with sweatpants on and stuff like that. Just understand, after I verified you, it's not my obligation to boost your rating in the eyes of the men. You are responsible for how you present yourself. Now let's talk about makeup, hair, or anything else. You're allowed to do your damn makeup and your hair however you want to. But just understand, you're not dealing with a bunch of stupid high school boys. Grown men can tell whether you're wearing makeup. Grown men can tell whether you're wearing weaves. Grown men can tell whether you got fake eyelashes, fake eyebrows, fake nails. And just understand, I'm just going to give you a rating. The men are going to penalize you for it. Or not, or not, or not, or not. Maybe there's a 4-star fellow who is like, okay, he can rock with them fake eyelashes and fake nails. That's up to him. But just understand, folks, don't ask me about makeup and hair and stuff like that. These women will be allowed to present themselves however they wish to. They're grown women. If they don't know how to present themselves to a man making $250,000, $350,000, $500,000 a year, if she doesn't know what to do, then he needs to see that. He needs to see if she just needs a little bit of work or whether or not she needs a complete overhaul. And I'm going to say something else right now. There's a good place to be had for a chick who needs a complete overhaul. If she's in her 20s, she doesn't have a shoe game, doesn't have a dress game, she buys all her clothes from Target and TJ Maxx, that's a broad you can upgrade. You see, the chicks in their 30s and 40s with $50,000 of student loan debt, a bad attitude, 3 bastard kids in tow, and a Birkin bag. The chicks in their 30s and 40s with their Balenciaga and their red bottoms and a bunch of sass and attitude. How much upgrading are you planning to do with someone like that, fellas? Now, the men already know. I'm just going to tell you right now. You say, well, Jason, why is it you're allowing that rule to be loose? Because I understand what the deal is. These fellas, if you're a fella in your 30s or 40s, you looking for something in your 20s who is going to follow instructions and you can put them under management so that she can be molded in the form that you want her molded in. But if you got a chick who's out here, let me say, how many of my fellas understand what I'm talking about here tonight? Give me the fire emoji in the chat room. To the fellas who are feeling what I'm saying right now, because these chicks in their 30s and 40s, they sitting up here can't believe what I'm saying. But if I'm telling the truth, and this, you fellas know that what I'm saying is the truth, give me the fire emoji in the chat room and hit the damn likes button for me. If I'm telling the truth that you fellas understand, boy, it looks like hell up in here all of a sudden. It looks like hell up in here all of a sudden. Ain't nothing but flames. Looks like hell all of a sudden. Because men know. So you get some chick who's in her 30s and yeah, she may be more savvy and she's more experienced, but now she thinks all that experience allows her to tell you what the rules gonna be. If she's been alpha widowed, she wants to let go of some of what that guy did, but she wants to hold on to other things. Well, those are the parts that might have made her the best woman for him, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those things that he was happy with make her the best woman for you. So ideally, you want a female that you built yourself. You want a female that you formed and molded yourself. You want a female who immediately jumps in line with your program and your agenda. So let me tell y'all, the little 22-year-old, and by the way, yes, I'm going to say it, some of the 18-year-olds who've been in my program, can I say that? Yeah, they want to take part too. They want to join up too. So they are young enough and you like, okay, they rough around the edges. They're not sophisticated. I'm like, yeah, that's the whole damn point. You sit up here and wait until they get a degree, get a job. Then they start taking themselves on girlcations. And next thing you know, you can't do a damn thing with them. She's trying to tell you what it's gonna be. That's what happens when we let them get into their 30s and 40s. They've been through too much. They've had too many men lay on top of them. They've been too accommodating to the wrong men. So now they're resistant to anybody and they are determined to make you pay for whatever the previous 10, 20 men didn't do. But if you get them young and she hasn't been through a bunch of mess, she doesn't have a shoe game, she doesn't have a dress game, she doesn't have a hair game, it's like, hey, you get to form this exactly the way you want. You get to do it exactly the way you want. So I'm just giving to the fellas, y'all already know I'm telling the truth about that. It's cool when you get a chick who's got a shoe game or a dress game, that's all right. But don't sleep on the ones who haven't been molded and shaped yet. She hanging out in Alabama. She's hanging out in St. Louis. She's hanging out in some not so glamorous place. I'm just telling you, if she's young enough and she's willing to follow the agenda, that's all you need right there. That's it. Let me tell y'all something. Fellas, ladies, I want you to pay attention to the fellas in the chat room. How long in your opinion, how long does it take to upgrade and fully equip a female who is following instructions? How long does that take? 5 years? 10 years? 20 years? How long does it take to be able to upgrade a female and to fully equip her, give her a shoe game, give her a dress game, give her a hair game, give her a jewelry game? How long does that take? 6, 7 years? I got fellas in here talking about 6 months, 1 year. Some of them talking about next day, next week. If she's following instructions and she sees you as the leader, it don't take no damn time. At that point right there, it's a good investment. But if she already tells you, well, I like Fendi, nigga, what you gonna do with that? I like Fendi. I like Balenciaga. I like Gucci. What you gonna do with that? What if you don't like Gucci? What if you like Chanel? What if you don't like Balenciaga because they trying to groom kids? What if you want to go in a different direction and she's trying to tell you what she wants? Based on her experiences with a man before you. And she's trying to replicate what she had with him. All these chicks were little ugly ducklings before a nigga with some game came along and fixed them up. Every female is a fixer-upper. Ain't nobody come to the party ready. They needed a man to build them. Ain't nobody come to the party ready. And what you find out is the chicks who come into the party ready, you can't mold them. You can't mold them. You can't shape them. You can't guide them. You can't teach them. They're perfectly okay running themselves into tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. They'll be in their 20s with a house note, a car note, tons of student loan debt, and a bunch of attitude because things ain't going the way she wants to. And after she puts herself into this dead end, she wants to tell you now she wants a man who's going to come bail her out. Hey, the little chick who's still shopping at Target with no kids and no debt? Dude, okay, some of y'all, hey, my hand is up over here. I ain't fronting and faking. My hand is up. I told y'all about me. My hand is up. I've had a few bad broads. I'll be damned. Yeah, they follow instructions for the first few years, but eventually they want to start telling you how, even after you upgraded them or whatever, they want to start telling you how it's going to be. Now you wrangling with them for 2 or 3 more years. You could have had one little plucky duck, take her to the beauty salon, get her some decent shoes, go ahead and take her to the Gucci outlet, and you can start building from there. No, you're going to go try to get some chick who's already been through 2 or 3 dudes' other systems. Well, she looks sophisticated enough. Now you trying to wrangle and sideshow Bob and Bronco bust with her for 4 or 5 years. You got to go Bronco busting with that. No, get you a chick who needs a shoe game, not a chick who already got a shoe game. Get you a chick who needs a dress game, not a chick who already got a dress game. Get you a chick who needs a car game, not a chick who already got a car game. If you really want me to put you ahead, look, I've already been through the experiences. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I've lived. I'm telling you what I've lived. So if you really want to know how to get ahead, let me tell you, if the chick is ready to go ahead and get on the program and she's just like, hey, you lead, I follow. Brother, all you got to do at that point is let American Express do the damn talking. At that point, American Express does the damn talking. And guess what? You just became her alpha. Because ain't nobody been pawing all over her. Nobody has changed her life. Now that you changed her life, that's it, dude. She's done. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Well, guess what? As you've seen on my program, we got some of them. And they will be in the place. I'm not here to do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. But February 14th, 2023, save the date. Save the date. Save the date and they will be there. Now, I want to do a very brief check right now to the brothers in the chat room. I want you to put up the stack of dollars emoji if you make $80,000 a year or more. I want you to put the stack of dollars emoji in the chat room if you make $80,000 a year or more. 0829, you did that before I even finished the sentence, sir. You ain't clairvoyant. If you make $80,000 a year or over, where the hell is Andre Hatchet at? Andre was in there before. Now that nigga is hiding. Where you at, Andre? Andre was making money before money was big. He was in the chat earlier. Now he hiding out. Don't worry, your woman ain't looking that straight, Andre. He's like, Jason, you gonna get me in trouble. She already know you messing around with us. All right. That's 80 G's. All right, stop. Put a stop on it. Matthew said Andre taught him how to get the bag. Andre's that dude. Andre's that dude. Andre's that dude. All right. Next question. Fellas. Andre just in a moment, he had to go put her in the back room before he could put the dollar signs up. He had to go lose her right quick. She was on his tail. He had to lose her right quick. And so let me go ahead. Let me get out the way right quick. All right. Next question. Next question. If you are a male in the chat room and you make more than $150,000 a year, I want you to put up the money bag emoji. If you are in the chat room and you're a male and you make more than $150,000 a year, damn that high value stuff. We in peak value land. If you make more than $150,000 a year, toss up the money bag emoji. The money bag. Not the money stack, the money bag. Ladies, I want you to stop, witness, take notice. Stop, witness, and take notice. Stop, witness, and take notice. Stop, witness, and take notice. We ain't bull jiving. Y'all have never seen a program like this before. I'm not a poser on the internet, and we ain't the teeny bopper wing. It's not a bunch of niggas posing in Miami. All right. John Pringle doing the most. But that's not the real question. Now, here's the real... We're going to go deep into it for a moment. Let's go deep into this for a moment. Let's go deep for a moment. To the fellas who make more than $200,000 a year, I'm going there. If you make more than $200,000 a year, give me the cash register emoji. They're going to have to go through their phones for emojis now. If you make more than $200,000 a year, if you're a male who makes more than $200,000 a year, give me the cash register emoji. I hope I'm not the only person who has the emoji for the cash register. If I am, then I'll come up with something else. Black Wall Street, Houston, stop asking that. I'll take care of it. Stop asking that. You don't know where we're going. Okay, they're having trouble with that one. It looks like I haven't seen one there yet. Okay. Maybe I'm the only one who has that. So I might be the only one who has that. Okay. Awkward moment. That's all right. If you make more than $200,000 a year, give me $2 green dollar sign emojis. Let's try this again. Forget the cash register. If you make more than $200,000 a year, give me 2 green dollar sign emojis. If you are a male who makes more than $200,000 a year, give me 2 green dollar sign emojis. Last call. If you are a male and you make more than $200,000 a year, give me 2 green dollar sign emojis. John M must be counterfeit. John M must be counterfeit. He put up 2 white emojis, little white emojis too. So John M is counterfeit. Ladies, watch out for John M. Watch out for John M. He counterfeit. He's got the old track flip phone. He's got that old track flip phone. So I can't find the green one. All right. Now, let me take you to a higher level. Let me take you to a higher level. To the fellas who make more than $200,000 a year and you have no children living at home. And by that, I mean you have never had children, or your children are grown, not your children live with their mother. If you are a man and you make more than $200,000 a year and you do not have any children, you've never had children, or your children are grown and gone. If that's you, I want you to put up 2 green dollar sign emojis and the door emoji. If you make $200,000 a year and no kids, you've either never had kids or your kids are grown and gone, put up 2 green dollar sign emojis and the door emoji. 2 dollar signs and the door emoji, indicating you've either never had children or your children are not at home. 2 dollar sign, green dollar signs and the door. Okay, some of y'all iPhone or old Android users with the white, they just wanted the regular white dollar signs. I don't know. Suspect. In any case, does not follow instructions. Simp too suave does not follow instructions. All right, ladies, y'all gonna ask him for something. He's gonna be like, does not compute. Does not follow instructions neither. Ladies, these are questions to keep in mind. These are questions to keep in mind. All right, now I'm gonna ask one more question. Just one more. This will be it. If you are a man in the chat room, you make more than $200,000 a year, you don't have any kids at home, and your car, your personal vehicle, costs more than $75,000. I want you to put up the green emoji, the door emoji, and the car emoji. I want you to put up the green dollar sign emoji, the door emoji, and the car emoji. And I'm not talking about your car was $75,000 during the Obama administration. I'm talking about you bought one in the last 3-4 years. Give me the dollar sign emojis, the door emoji, and the car emoji. Dollar sign emoji, door emoji, and car emoji. I want the fellas to understand the ladies is looking hard. The ladies is looking hard. I want y'all to understand the ladies are looking hard right now. Y'all are seeing names in here that usually don't say anything. Y'all seeing fellas in here names they usually don't say anything. They usually don't say nothing. So keep that in mind. I know one thing here. Just because these folks, by the way, that Marcy is a fat, overweight single mom and ain't nobody gonna pay nothing for her. So she's salty as hell. All you can do is sit there and wish. Just because everybody ain't like your broke, deadbeat, in jail baby daddy, baby. Just because they don't want you, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. The problem really is you. No, Marcy. No, the problem really is you. And you just demonstrated to the world why you on the outside looking in while producers are making things pop off and you salty as hell. So she just showed the whole world why it is that she's been sitting on the clerk curbside for pickup this whole damn time. She knows she doesn't qualify. That's why she can talk noise, because she knows she gets a 5-star rating. So she knows it. She knows she gets a 5 star. So she's like, damn them niggas and they money and they upward mobility and they no kids. Damn all of y'all right there. All she can do is sit there and be angry and ugly. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want us to go ahead and do a quick accounting. I want us to go ahead and do a quick accounting of it, because that's for real. And I want folks to understand they pay as they weigh. There are possibilities here. That's my point. There are possibilities here. So as long as you have spent this time and gotten yourself together, I've been asked about it and asked about it and asked about it over the years about the females who are here in circumference. And here's the real thing. I am an acquired taste. I'm not some mass market product. I put the onus on men and women. I'm not a place where hood rats get to just hang out. Marcy was from the fresh and fit crowd. I'm not the place where the hood rats and the hoes hang out. I'm not the place where the dusty bum niggas hang out at. They can't stand to be here because I demand accountability and productivity. They can't stand to be here. So it is what it is. All right, we dealt with that, but ladies, I got some questions for you right now. How many ladies in the chat room tonight are a size 8 or smaller? If you are, ladies, put up the bikini emoji. That's the first thing I could think of when I thought about that, so maybe I'll find something else. But if you are a female in the chat room tonight, you are a size 8 or smaller, put up the bikini emoji. Don't say yes. Don't say me, Bella. Does not follow instructions. Does not follow instructions. Oh, Joseph, I thought you put up the bikini emoji for a moment. Those were eyeballs. Brother, I thought you put up the bikini emoji. I'm about to say, who the hell is Joseph? I think we just found our first LGBTQ member. All right. My bad, Joseph. I looked too quickly. My bad. Joseph put up eyeballs. I thought that was bikini. I'm going to say, Joseph? You? The operation was a success? The operation was a success? Congratulations. All right. We seeing a bunch of emojis in here. One more time, ladies. One more again. If you are a size 4 or smaller, if you are a size 4 or smaller, they're going to be like, damn, this fella is making it hard for us. If you are a size 4 or smaller, put up the diamond emoji. If you are a female in the chat room and you're a size 4 or smaller, put up the diamond emoji. We know you're smaller than a size 8. If you're a size 4 or smaller, put up the diamond emoji. Size 4 on no, Empress, depends on the designer. Okay, thanks for the warning. Thanks for the warning. Baby, you should fit whether it's America or European size. Okay, thanks for the warning. Zola put up 3 diamonds. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Now, one last question. If you are a female, well, no, not last question. Second to last question, not my last question. Second to last question. If you are a female under the age of 30, you are a size 8 or smaller, and you have no children, and I mean you ain't never been pregnant, not no children after you went to the clinic, give me the lipstick emoji. If you are a female under the age of 30, you are a size 8 or smaller, and you have never had children, give me the lipstick emoji. Okay, they give me the kissing emoji. All right, I'll take that too, I guess. I said the lipstick. I guess they didn't go back further. Lipstick, stick. Yes, thank you. The stick, not the... All right. We're working on it. We're working on it. All right. We're working on it. Okay, Old Dirty, if you only seen 3 lipsticks, brother, you might want to go see my ophthalmologist. He can help you with that visual impairment. He can help you with it. If all you see is 3, my brother, there's a whole lot more than that. If you only saw 3, it's time to get them eyes checked, dude. I'm there with you. We get older, we start missing things. It's time to get them eyes checked, brother. Time to get them checked. Okay, there's not going to be as many as the men in that regard. There's plenty of them, but here's my real point. When was the last time you fellas were in a room and had that many females under the age of 30 who didn't have children, were under a size 8 or smaller? When's the last time you damn well saw that? No, we ain't going to do that just yet, Mr. Strickland. We ain't going to do that just yet. Not going to do that just yet. All right. One last question. One last question. If you are a female of any age, now I know I'm about to risk a lot here, but if you are a female of any age, you are a size 6 or smaller. No, let me just leave it at 8. Let me just leave it at 8. You're a size 6 or smaller. You don't have any children. Female of any age, size 6 or smaller, and you don't have any children, and you are willing to relocate for a producer. You don't have anything trapping you in the city that you are in, and you are willing to relocate for a producer. Give me the diamond ring emoji. If you are a female, size 8 or smaller, of any age, and you do not have children, and you are ready to relocate for a producer, give me the diamond ring emoji in the chat room. Trap Queen, well, you know she already booking her airline tickets. Looking like Zales Jewelers up in here. It's looking like Zales Jewelers up in here. It's looking like Zales Jewelers up in here. All right. Okay. There you go. I'll let that speak for itself. I'll let that speak for itself. I'll let that speak for itself. Now, I could sit here and go round and round for the longest time. I really, really could. But the bottom line is you all got a pretty good idea now of what it takes to qualify for those star ratings. I'm not bull jiving around with it. If fellas, you understand what's up, you understand what's happening. Ladies, you understand what's going on, you understand what's happening. Now, I just wanted to put that out there so that you all would have some idea of who's listening. And by the way, we're not even at full capacity for folks who are usually listening, because usually I'm around 2,500, 3,000 people. So we'll have a lot more before this is going on. But now you have a pretty good idea what's going on out there. And your pay is your way. Those are your options. So this Valentine's Day is going to be happening. All right. So when do the festivities start? Because that's the thing that everybody wants to know is, when do the festivities start? So when do they get to do that? All right. Here's what you'll need to do. And this part always takes time. So please have some patience. No, I have all those other questions like pets and plants and things like that. Those are the things I talk about. Some of you dudes got dogs and pets too. I'm not going to go into that part of it, but it is something that certainly I'm going to question them about. But that this isn't the time to be doing that. Right now we're doing broad strokes. I could sit here and ask questions all night, and we could do this all night as far as qualifying questions. We're not going to do that right now. But what we are going to do is, for the fellas, what the fellas are going to do is going to be time. You got to have your stuff together to substantiate it. If you own a business, for example, these are all things that help your case. If you own a business, particularly if it can be looked up and verified, those are the things we want to see. But we're going to need to see proof of income, car. If you got assets, these are all the things that matter. That bumps you up in the ranking, and you guys get to go into the room first. Technically speaking, I'm going to probably give you a time limit of 10 to 15 minutes. I'm probably going to give a time limit of 10 to 15 minutes, but I'm thinking about doing something different now. By a show of hands, fellas, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll give you 10 or 15 minutes, and you can converse with her, and you can see if she fits the bill or if she doesn't, and she can see if you fit the bill or if you don't. And If she wants to extend the time talking to you, that she'll have the ability to extend the time limit if she wants to. If you want to do it like that, give me the hand up emoji in the chat room. That everybody, you get 10 or 15 minutes to talk to them, but if she wants to extend that time, then she can extend another 10, 15 minutes. If you agree with that, if that sounds good to you, give me the hand up emoji in the chat room. Okay, I'll have to think that one over because not that many folk wanted that. I may have to go back and rethink it. May have to. Okay, now we got a bunch of late hands showing up. Okay, I was about to say it's not that many, but here come all the late hands. There must be a delay. All right, I guess there's a delay going on here tonight. That was something in particular that I've been considering. It's something I've been thinking about because I thought they would be good. By the way, one more thing. This is not going to be a brief event. This is not going to be a 30-minute, 45-minute thing. I'm talking about doing 3, 4, maybe 5 hours. I'm talking about doing at least 3 hours, maybe 4 or 5. What I'm saying is if you didn't get picked, you wasn't going to get picked. If nothing happened, nothing was going to happen. You don't need 3 or 4 or 5 hours, but I'm going to give it anyway because if something's going to happen, it's going to happen. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. No, Daniel, one night only. One night only. No multiple nights. One night only. One night only. One night only. Now, I am going to give a warning to the ladies. To the ladies, I'm going to give you a warning. You may be tempted to double dip. I suggest you don't. Ladies, you might be tempted to double dip. I suggest you don't. The fellas are going to compare notes, ladies. The fellas are going to compare notes. So to the ladies who are thinking to themselves, she can get her player on and she can double her odds, I just want to let you know, I seriously advise you not to do that because the fellas will be allowed to compare notes. We ain't gonna have it. We ain't gonna have it. The fellas will be allowed to compare notes. Yes, indeed. Oh, Bella is already crying. Yeah, all the chicks are sitting up. What you mean? I thought we got to go ahead and act like we do on the block. No, you don't. The fellas will be allowed to compare notes. Oh, now the chicks are all shocked. They look at all the shocked emojis and sad faces. The fellas will be allowed to compare notes. Yes, they will. The fellas will be allowed to compare notes. They will be allowed to cross-reference with each other. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. On account of the fact that the fellas are risking more. They got to bring the money. They got to bring the productivity. They're going to be spending their time. They're the ones getting in a position to change your life. If you at this stage of your life are not able to make that discernment, make the right decision, you don't need to be doing here. So ladies, the fellas are going to be allowed to compare notes. And if it turns out that you sitting up here trying to skeeze it up, Just remember, the fellas are going to be allowed to compare notes after the event. They will be allowed to do it. Yes, they will. So I'm not going to sit up here and tell you don't. I'm going to tell you I highly advise you not to. I highly advise you not to. Because if they come back and put your ass on Front Street, you can't get upset about it. We ain't here to play games. Make the right choice. Choose the right horse. Make the right choice. And Bella, it doesn't matter what the guys choose. The female got to choose. It doesn't matter what the guys choose. The female got to choose. If the female wants to let two dudes share her, who am I to intervene? So, Bella, if you want two dudes to share, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? But let's be very clear. This is the adult world. Everybody's going to make these decisions with their eyes wide open. They will be making these decisions with their eyes wide open. So if you cool with letting the dude share you, and you cool with letting two dudes share you, well, hey, do what you do. Do what you do. I ain't got nothing to say about it. Do what you do. That's the way that goes. Do what you do. Do what you do. But them fellas gonna know they sharing. They're gonna know they're sharing. And you gonna know. So take it from there. But if the female is feeling like, okay, I got the one, you can be approached by as many guys as you want to, but you're gonna seal the deal with just one. So before the event is over, all of that's gonna get sussed out and worked out before the event is over. Let me be very clear. I'm not going to be just administering it. I will be opening it. I'll be administering it, and I'll be closing it. So I am your brother, your humble servant, your gracious host for the entire event. For the entire event, I will be there. So, ladies, let's be clear. If you thinking to yourself, I'm going to stack up sugar daddies, fellas, I'm telling you straight out, that is not forbidden. But if she does, you gonna know. If she does, you are going to know. If she does, you're gonna know. And then you can make whatever decision you want to make from there. But she's going to know. And he's going to know. All right. So how do you play traffic cop on an event like this? It's very important to me to make sure that there is not a waste of time. It would be absolutely criminal for there to be a waste of time. So I'm going to tell you right now, yes, there is a fee to participate. This is not open to the general public. This is not open to anybody who stumbles in. So yes, there is a fee to participate. Yes, the fee for the men is going to be higher than the fee for the women on account of the fact y'all going to be running it. Let me say that again. The fee for the men will be higher than the fee for the women on account of the fact you gonna be running it. But you are dealing in an area, in a place where you know the type of females who would hang around us for any real length of time. This is not the teeny bopper set. This is not the ghetto hood rat set. You know they couldn't stick in the place with Jason Black for more than 10 minutes with the way I talk about it. So that's exactly what it is. And by the way, if you are making as much as you said you were telling everybody you making tonight, it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be this exorbitant thing. But what I am saying is that it's VIP only. And yes, there is a fee to get in. Yes, there is. There certainly is. There's a fee for the men, there's a fee for the women, but like anything else, it'll be lower for the women. And the reason for that is because, fellas, y'all gonna be running it. Y'all gonna be running it. If you want to run the yard, though, we ain't children over here. We're not children. Oh, yeah. One more thing. One more thing. Because there's always one more thing. This is probably going to be the most controversial part of this entire thing. This will probably be the most controversial part. It just might be. It just might be. But to the ladies who are willing to be side chick, we're going to have a special status for you, and it does not hurt your rating. Let me say this again, because the females don't think about it this way. I'm just telling you right now, your female competition in the room, they will be able to indicate privately, they will be able to indicate privately that they are willing to accept a side chick position. And it does not hurt their star rating. Bella, you'd be there by now, wouldn't you? No smoke. No smoke. I'm just saying, you're saying a lot, but by the way, you want to walk before you fly. You want to walk before you fly. We trying to help you out here. You want to walk before you fly. But one more thing. Once again, that's for the fellas knocking down 150 or more. Mr. 50,000 don't get to do that. Mr. 80,000 doesn't get to do that. Mr. 100,000, 120, you don't get to do that. The fellas making 150 or more, y'all get to run the yard. And to the females who want access to those fellas, and oh yeah, one more thing, fellas, not having kids, I'm going to make that public. For the fellas not having children, that will be public knowledge among the people who join up. If you don't have children, if for all the criterion and stuff, things like the income rating, and if you don't have children, because the women want to know how much of your productivity is bottled up and is already held up with somebody else. So for the females who are willing to accept a side chick position, that won't be held against you. And for the fellas who are making it happen and don't have children, that boosts your rating. Black is night as far as the men and debt, that depends. What I've always told you all, do you have good debt or do you have bad debt? Jason, what is good debt? Debt that you are acquiring or that you've acquired by purchasing assets. Money-making, cash flow assets. That's good debt. What is bad debt, Jason? Debt that you acquired purchasing consumer goods. Or anything else that is not revenue generating. Or anything else that is not revenue generating. Credit card debt, consumer loans, student loan debt. So if your debt is debt that you acquired purchasing assets and you're financing assets, that's good debt. Anything else, well, that's bad debt. That's bad debt. So those are things that will be kept in mind. Now, I'm going to let you all know right now, there will be a fee to take place The fee is not going to be exorbitant, but the fee will not be small, because we ain't here for the dudes who are sitting up here making it, just struggling their way through life. If you're struggling, I want to filter you out and weed you out now. This is not the place for the fellas who trying to get there. This is not for the place for the fellas who are looking for an easy win and they looking for the kick it spot where the almost broke niggas is hanging out at. This is not the place for you. Fellas, I'm trying to be your representative, but it's going to be real. This is not the place for Mr. Fake It Till You Make It. This is not the place for Mr. Fake It Till You Make It. So if you can't afford the price of a woman's handbag, I'm not going to put you in a room with females who are looking to get their handbags upgraded. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Fellas, let me just be straight up with you right now. If you cannot afford the price of a woman's handbag, this is not the place for you. You still got to get yourself together. Get back over there on Facebook and keep running through your DMs and keep fighting baby daddies and STDs and all that. Go back to doing that. You coming over here where it comes pre-filtered. Just understand, I'm gonna make sure the lane is clear. But if that to you is, hey, Jason, don't worry, man. My money good. I'm free. I'm tight. Man, my productivity on point. Ain't no stress over here. Oh, good. Then you can afford the price of a handbag. Oh, I don't know, brother. That show is a lot right there. I'm not going to sit up here and drop some 20. I'm not going to sit up here and drop Shay in the hands of a nigga who can't do nothing. Hey, I meant what I said. This is not for the layup. If you want the layup, you got plenty of fish. You got Tinder. You got DMs on Instagram. If you're looking for the layup, there's plenty of other places you can go get that. If you're looking for a chick who is ready to get invested in, if you're looking for a chick who is looking and ready to get investment and to be an asset to you, well, I'm doing that over here. That's what I'm doing over here. I'm not doing that other stuff y'all, that weird stuff y'all do over there on Facebook and that weird stuff you do over there in the DMs on Instagram. That's not me. That's not me. No, not a Birkin bag. I mean, if you can afford a Birkin bag, that's cool. $30,000. If you can afford one, that's great. That's not what I'm asking at all. That is not going to be required at all. But thanks for letting us know you can do it. Thanks for letting us know you can do it. No, we ain't talking about no thousands of dollars. No. Nowhere even remotely close to that. Not even remotely close. No. Nowhere close to $1,000. No. But it is going to be substantial enough that if you faking your way through life, this is not the place for you. This is not the place for you. No, Demetrius, no, not that much. No, not at all. It is very reasonable. It's very reasonable. It'll be very, very reasonable. We'll go over this a little bit later, but it's very, very reasonable. But no, it's not even nowhere close to that. Nowhere close to that, Demetrius. Not even close to that. No. Not even close to that. Not even remotely close to that. So, no. But what I am saying is that if you can't afford to attend this, what the hell, why the hell are you trying to fake in front as if you can take care of a 26-year-old female who's ready to get upgraded? All you looking to do is get the layup. I'm here to block you. Let me just say that straight up right now. To the fellas who think they gonna sleaze their way through the front door and, oh, you found a place with a better class of hoes. No, you haven't. I'm here to block you. I'm here to block you for the sake of the women. I'm here to block you for the sake of the women. I'm not here to let in the dudes who are looking for a better class of hoes. So if you're looking for a better class of hoes, it ain't gonna work. Liv, that's why I'm trying to grab them before they can get their tax returns. I'm trying to grab them before they can do that because I know the tax returns going to start moving in a minute. They haven't started going just yet, but they're going to start moving in a minute. So I'm trying to get them before they can start that little hustle. But to the fellas who are sitting up here looking for just a new place to go slut it up, this ain't it. This ain't it. This is not it. Not at all. So just that's what I mean to the fellas. If your financial situation is not straight, then your leadership is not straight. If it's not, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. But if you're looking for the females who are already talking about something different and something more constructive, we can do that differently. That's what I'm trying to do here. But yes, I want to winnow out and weed out the fellas who ain't serious. I also want to filter out the females who aren't serious. Ladies, if you trying to find the sugar daddy and trying to find the trick, we're not trying to have that. Not trying to have that. So by the way, there is one thing that will get you a 5-star rating if you are a female. There is one thing that will get you a 5-star rating. So ladies, are you listening? Are you listening? All right. Here's the only way to get a 5-star rating as a female. Number 1, you're size 8 or smaller, and your height must be proportional. You can't be 5'1" and size 8, ladies. Your height must hip to shoulder ratio. It needs to be proportional, ladies. I'm looking at them shoulders. Let me look at them hips. Okay. It needs to be proportional. So first of all, I'll give you a size 8, but only based on your height. Number 2, you're under the age of 28. I said it. You have the right weight size. You are under the age of 28. You have no children. You have no children. You are ready to relocate if you need to. That's 4 right there. And number 5. You can cook. And I don't mean, Jason, I can make some macaroni and cheese. I mean that you can turn on your cell phone. You can start streaming video from your kitchen. You've got all the skillets, all the pots, all the pans, all the spatulas, including the silicone ones. You've got all the measuring spoons, all the measuring cups. You open up your cabinet. You've got all the seasonings. I ain't just talking about Tony Chachere's. I love Tony Chachere's, but no, baby, you got all the seasonings, not just Lowry seasoning sauce and Tony Chachere's. You've got all the seasonings. We look in your refrigerator. You got all the different types of cheeses. You know the way your way around a real meat market, and you actually know how to make it right. And I'm talking about if I told you to go record yourself making it. If I told you to record yourself making it. If I told you to make chicken carbonara and you do it right. If I told you to make chicken carbonara and you do it right. Let me do a little quick check right quick. How many females in here, fellas, here it goes. How many females in here under the age of 35? Under the age of 35, how many of you know what is the wrong ingredient to put in chicken carbonara? I'll give an honorary high rating. I don't know if I'll give you an honorary 4 rating Assuming you meet the other criteria, you get an honorary 4 if you know the wrong ingredient to put in chicken carbonara. Oh, hell, they're all like, how do you spell that? X-Twilly, you're actually kind of right about that, to be totally honest. You're kind of right. Adina is really the first one who's come pretty much close to it. You're actually pretty close on that. TKJ speaks. I hope that's a female. Heavy whipped cream. You're right. You shouldn't do that either. Trinity Time Travel Show, you shouldn't do that either. Putting cream in it, you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do that. But Adina is actually closer. Adina's actually closer. When you usually look it up online, you got folks who put chicken stock in it. Karmakazi said at the same time I did, you said chicken, but it's chicken stock. You don't want to put chicken stock in it. First thing they do, they mess up and they start putting chicken stock in it. When in reality, you're supposed to make it with the eggs, but you got to do it quickly because you don't want the eggs to solidify. You don't want the eggs to solidify, so you got to do it quickly. And no, you don't want to sit up here and plow it with cream either. So TKJ Speaks is actually right. A light sauce whipped with an egg. So yes, but the way in which you cook it, you don't want to use chicken stock because that'll get there. Now, fellas, by the way, I don't know. Adina, TKJ, if you take part in it and whatnot, I'm probably going to I can give y'all an honorary high rating if you show up. So fellas, if Adina and TKJ show up, they actually might know what the hell they're doing. They might actually know what the hell they're doing. They might actually know what the hell they're doing. So fellas, take note. Take note. We got some females in here. They are size 8 or smaller. They're under the age of 35 and they actually know how to cook. Ladies, that matters. Ladies, that matters. So Adina, TKJ, if you're going to take part, email me. Email me at handlethebusiness@yahoo.com so we can make sure we solidify your star rating for you. But what I was looking for was chicken stock. You don't add that to it. You gotta make sure you do it quick and do it right so it doesn't solidify. Sheila said, I hope he don't ask for chicken carbonara. I hope he just asks for collard greens with smoked turkey legs. Well, Sheila, that's a good start, baby. But what I'm just saying is if you dealing with a dude who lives in New York, like I'm from Louisiana. So baby, that's what you're saying right there. That's my wheelhouse. I love it. But if you're talking to a fella who lives in New York, DC, Connecticut, Minnesota, Detroit, that might not necessarily hold him. So for those of us from the deep South, you ain't said nothing but a thing. But to the rest of these fellas, that might not hold them. To the fellas in California and Florida, that might not hold them. That might not hold them. So the repertoire got to be a little bit wider than soul food. It's got to be a little bit wider than that. And I'm from Louisiana, the home of it. And I'm telling you, 21st century, baby, you got to step your game up. So we got to be on point. We got to be on. I'm just saying, if the side chick knows how to make, smoked salmon, you might find yourself missing your man 2-3 days a week. That's all I'm trying to say. If he finds a side chick who know how to make smoked salmon, I'd hate to see you in a bad spot. If he gets a side chick who knows how to make a good calzone, you sitting over here with your 7th month of smoked turkey legs, and he's like, man, look here, if I see another turkey leg, I'm going to fly away in this son of a gun. Baby, I'm trying to keep your home together. I'm trying to keep your home together. I'm trying. But ladies, hell yeah, it matters. If you know how to cook, if you got all the ingredients on deck, yeah, that matters. Yeah, that matters a hell of a whole lot. You're under size 8, you're under 35, and you're under management. She's under size 8, under 35, under some assets and under some management. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Now, I just want to ask one last question, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. One last question, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. How many of the men are ready right now? How many of the men are ready right now to get it started? How many of you are ready to join us on February 14th? You ready to sign up? You ready to do the thing and let Jason take care of the rest? You ready to present the paperwork? How many of the fellas are ready to pass the paperwork check and get it started? You've been asking me about it for the longest. You've been asking me about it for the longest. How many of you are ready for that? If you are, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat room. To the fellas, you can pass the paperwork check. You can pass the entry fee, and you ready to go ahead and do this. How many of you are ready? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat room. If I get more than 25 of you, then we'll go ahead and get it started. If I get 25, if I get 24 or less, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. So if there's more than 25 of you, you can pass the paperwork check. You ready to go. You ready to get it started. If there's more than 25, give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat room and we'll get started. We'll get started. Okay, no, Rondé, it's going to start at 50,000. It'll start at 50,000, but it's going to be 150,000 for the fellows who want to take all their liberties. Of course, with Mike, did you say you married? I don't know about Mike. I don't know about Mike. Mike say he married, ladies. He want to put it out there. I'm married, so ladies, if you're ready to share Mike with his wife. Ladies, if you're ready to share Mike with his wife, let Mike know you're ready to share him with his wife. Yeah. Mike says she ain't there on Thursdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays. He says she's not there on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So, yeah. She ain't there on Wednesdays and Thursdays. All right. All right, folks. Well, it appears that it might be a go. That is relative. So I still got folks giving thumbs up. Still got folks giving thumbs up. So I'm going to give them fists up in there. Okay, does not follow instructions. All right, fists up in there. All right, one last question to the ladies in the chat room. Regardless of age, I'm going to say one more thing. Regardless of your dress size. To the ladies, regardless of age, regardless of your dress size, regardless of your single mother status. If you plan on taking part in the event, if you would like to participate, give me the fingernail painting, the fingernail polishing emoji. Y'all love to do that one. To the ladies of any age. By the way, this includes my mods. So if y'all been trying to get at my mods all this time, they're going to be available. If you've been trying to get at my mods, they are available. But if you are a female, regardless of age, regardless of size, regardless of your child status, if you still wish to participate, give me the fingernail polish emoji. Yes, I meant exactly what I said. That is exactly what I meant. They're going through their phones now to go see if they can find it. Aren't y'all supposed to have it on speed dial? Aren't y'all supposed to have it on speed dial? Oh, did I scare my mods? All right. Naturally, Tura, did you throw yours up, baby? Or did you just not hear me? Don't tell me Naturally Tura's off the market. Don't tell me that happened. When did that occur? Or is she just looking for hers? Oh, hell, Clinton said, where's D at? D is with her husband, I imagine. I imagine D is with her husband. I imagine. I'm just guessing, but I'm imagining D is with her husband. Oh, Bella, I thought you was good. All right, well, so much for that. Naturally, Tura. Oh, I didn't know, baby. I thought you was still out here. I thought you was still out here on these streets. All right, y'all, we just lost another one. Boy, look at that. Oh, it's a whole bunch of nail polish in here. Whole bunch of nail polish. Yeah, buddy. Well. And by the way, this doesn't even count the other ones because, for example, I've gotten a number of our panelists who've been in here in the past, and they're not in the chat room here tonight, but they'll be joining us for it also. So it looks like I got a full house ahead of me. I got a lot going on. So guess I might as well get ready. Got a whole lot going on here. So, by the way, one more thing about that star rating I was referring to here before. Let me put this in its proper perspective, okay? Let's just say you're a truck driver. And I've coached a lot of you on getting your credentials. Let's just say that you're a man, you're a truck driver, you're out here on these roads, but you make between $50,000 and $80,000 a year. You're a fine, upstanding citizen. You're out here getting it. You're good. You're faithful, or maybe you're not. You're out here on the roads and whatnot, and you're trying to make some things happen. You're making $50,000 to $80,000 a year. I think I found a chick for you. I'm sure. Now, she might not meet the size 8 requirement, but then again, you're not picky. So for the fellas out here, if your finances kind of holding you at that 1 and 2 star level, I want you to understand that we got a spot for you. I want you to understand we have a spot for you. We got a slot available for you. So just be aware. She probably knows how to cook. She probably knows how to cook, might even know how to clean. So, now, in some cases, I don't know. I'm going to have to cut it off at some point because, I don't know. She might have bigger concerns to think about. Pardon the expression. She might have bigger concerns to think about. So, for some of you guys here, I mean, you can't, necessarily be too picky. You trying to get it together, she trying to get it together. You're on your, financial journey. She's on her weight loss journey. So the two of you can take this journey together. If you think about it. So, Jason, do you have to make 150? Oh, no, you can start at 50. You can start at 50. But just be aware you're looking like a 2-star dude. Well, if you're a 2-star dude, I might have to put you with a 1 or 2-star chick. I mean, we're looking for a match, not a mix. We're looking for a match, not a mix. So, I'm looking out for you. Yeah, I know what you kind of had in mind, and I get it. I can't guarantee that for you, though. I know what you had in mind. Life happens. But you are invited to join. All right. So how is this going to work? The way this is going to work is starting tomorrow night, not tonight, starting tomorrow night, you are to email me. Don't text me. Don't DM me. Don't mess with my mods. Don't call me. Don't YouTube video respond to me. Send me an email at handlethebusiness@yahoo.com. That's handlethebusiness@yahoo.com. handlethebusiness@yahoo.com. For the fellas, you are going to put the subject line Valentine's Day Made Man. Let's try this one more time. You're going to put Valentine's Day Made Man. That's for the fellas in the subject line. And what I need to see, we got to have the paperwork lined up. You either make between $50,000 and $149,000, or you make $150,000 and up. The guys in that first block, it'll depend. I'm not going to put a guy making $100,000 in the same bucket with the guys making $50,000, but I'm not going to put the guys making $100,000 in the bucket with the guys making $150,000 or more. So we're not going to do that. So what I need to know is the information we made tonight. I need to know your age. I need to know if you have any children. If they are not grown and gone, you still got kids. I don't care if they don't live with you. I don't care if you're currently not paying for them. If you have any children who a court of law could jump up tomorrow and slap you on child support for them, or if you're already paying it, no. If you have any children under your parentage, any children who are not grown and gone, then you have children. So I need to know your age. I need to know your parental status. Single fellas only. If you got an open marriage, congratulations, but no. If you got an open marriage, congratulations. No. Fire sign, I don't have a weight requirement for the females. So no, I don't have a height requirement for the men because I don't have a weight requirement for the females. Furthermore, why does that matter? I'm going to have Fire Sign call up here in a little bit so she can explain to all the rest of us. By the way, why would that even be significant? How does his height affect his productivity, whether or not he's got children. How exactly does that create? What is the value that creates? Just so I can find out what exactly is the value that creates. Because I know what value a woman's weight makes, and I know what value a man's productivity makes. I'm just not very clear. What is the value that his height would make? How does that enhance his income? How does that help? What exactly is it that helps with? I don't understand what that helps with. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the telephone lines. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that going here. Back to the thing, though, for the guys, starting tomorrow night, damn it, tomorrow night, not tonight, tomorrow night. I want you to start sending me your emails with your paperwork. Start sending me your emails with your paperwork. I need your age. I need your parental status. And you need to be making the best argument that you can. So income, savings, investments, viable business licenses. These are the kind of things that you need to make an argument for why it is you should get that 5-star status. You need to make this necessary. We got to see the paperwork. And yes, you will be talking to me. You will be talking to me. So let's be very clear. You will be. So I'm going to be checking on everything here. Car registration, whole 9 yards. So your ability to actually be a benefit, that matters. Fatima, are you going to be joining us for the event? It always amazes me, folks sitting up here wanting to make suggestions and things. By the way, Fatima, while you want to pepper the comment section with suggestions, by the way, are you going to be joining us? Are you going to be participating? Because if you're not, I don't really know what the point of you is of you trying to make a bunch of suggestions. If you're not going to be participating, why are you talking? Why are you trying to weigh in with your suggestions unless you're going to be participating? Because I'm taking a look at this channel page here. I don't know. Because as I said, you got to pay as you weigh. So if you're not really putting skin in the game and you're not really involved, giving wish lists for window shoppers, we don't cater to window shoppers. You're a window shopper and you got a wish list, and that's exactly the kind of person I'm trying to weed out. I don't want window shoppers. I want folks with pre-approved credit, not window shoppers. I want people with cash in hand. Not window shoppers. Real talk. So, so far it doesn't look like you're going to be participating, so your standards or opinion doesn't carry much weight because you ain't putting no skin in the game. I'm just saying. I ain't dissing you. It's not smoke. What I'm saying is welcome to the grown folks section. If you ain't putting skin in the game, your opinion doesn't carry much weight. Since you spoke about weight, your opinion doesn't carry much if you ain't putting no skin in it. However, the telephone lines are now open. The number is 646-787-1933. That's 646-787-1933. Your personal access code to the program that all your favorite YouTubers love to hate watch. And tonight is just one more reason why. All right. Let's go ahead and see here. Go ahead and give us a call if you need to. Okay, that was for the fellas. let's go ahead and get a couple of things together here. Now, for the ladies, your life goes a little bit easier. We need to get your age. I am not going to ask you what your size is, but you are allowed to give that. But you will be required to submit a photograph of yourself from the knees to the top, at least from your knees to the top of your head. At least from your knees to the top of your head. And then you can go ahead and we'll go ahead and take it from there. Now, I am going to require you to be on video. I'll require you to be on video. And if you really want to stunt, you would do both. But I am going to tell you one thing. Your video, your photograph will be required for the men to be able to see. So when we put you on Zoom, your photograph will be required. Your photograph will be required. So if you are a female, we need to have your age. I'm not going to require you to give your size because you might be telling the truth. And again, you might not, but I don't have to guess about it. If I've seen a picture of you, and fellas, I will make sure that they send a video. Ladies, if you really want to stunt, you'd make both of those available, by the way. But regardless, you'll be required to do that. And then that way, the fellas know what they're dealing with and they can go from there. They can know what they're dealing with and they can go from there. By the way, loose baggy clothing, think it over. Loose baggy clothing, think it over. Think it over. Just saying. Just saying. So for the ladies, the requirement is a little bit different. We need to know your age and you'll be required to submit a picture. Also, one more thing. If you got kids, you'll be required to state that. Single moms will be allowed to join, but we need to know. And if you are willing to accept the side chick status, I need to know that also. So those are the four majors. And then, of course, there is the super major. If you know your way around the kitchen, up one side and down the other, and you are prepared to submit a video showing that you do. If you know your way around the kitchen, up one side and down the other, you know what you're doing, and you are prepared to submit a video showing that you do. And I'm not talking about just making spaghetti. If you are prepared to show that, you just might be able to get that ever elusive 850 credit score, 5-star rating. You just might be able to do that. You just might be able to. So if you can, that might help you. That might help you. I might be able to give you a 5-star rating under those circumstances. But be aware, everybody will be vetted by me personally. So these will be ones I'll be going over myself. I'll be going over these myself. So anybody and everybody involved, I'll be taking a look at those myself. Shay said, can it be the dish of our choice? Yes, Shay, it can be the dish of your choice, although I would very much advise you, if you're going to choose one, it better be good. It better be good, because remember, this is not for me. This is for the fellas. So yeah, as a matter of fact, it can be more than one. As a matter of fact, it can be more than one. But the real important thing is a fella can take a look at them cabinets. It doesn't take us more than a couple of seconds. If we look in the cabinets and all we see is Lowry seasoning sauce, oh hell, this ain't gonna end well. And if the only type of cheese you know is American or cheddar, it just went bad. It just went bad. Just went bad. Bruh 45, no hamburger helper, you damn straight. So if we see a box or a bag, it's like, okay, I'm taking demerits. I'm taking demerits. But hell, ladies, if you know your way around the kitchen and the seasonings are popping and you know your meats and your cheeses and your spices and your salts, how many of you ladies have pink Himalayan salt? And if you lie, I'm going to ask you to send a picture in your hand tonight, so don't even try it. How many ladies listening to me tonight, you actually have pink Himalayan salt? You don't just have white iodized salt. You've got different types of salt. The pink Himalayan, the black charcoal, the white ash. Look at this, fellas. A bunch of the female, they claim they got the pink. These weren't even chicks who put up their hands earlier, so I guess they saying, I know I can't pass the test. I'm glad y'all can cook. It's too bad you don't qualify to be with us. Too bad you don't qualify for that, but all right. Khadijah said it's a grinder too. All right, she's doing the most. She's doing the most. No, don't ask me how I know about this. I've been doing this summers and winters. So this is, I've been around the world about this. Saltwerk, anybody? Saltwerk? How many of y'all have got your Saltwerk? How many of you? How many of you got that? Let me show of hands with a salt shaker emoji. I don't know if it's salt or pepper, whichever one it is. The salt shaker emoji. If you've bought Saltwerk, post up the salt shaker emoji. If you've bought something from Saltwerk. Don't even ask how I'm saying it, because if you've bought it from them, you already know what it is. If you've bought something from Saltwerk, put up the salt emoji. Whether it's the salt or pepper emoji, whichever one you might have. If you've bought something from Saltwerk, put up the salt emoji, the salt shaker emoji. I'm talking about the women, Mike. I'm talking about the women, Mike. I'm talking about the women, Mike. Okay, that went bad quick. I'm talking about the women, Mike. I'm talking about the women. I said the women, and here comes Mike. And so, oh, Mike, bro, my wife want to join. Okay, Mike. Hey, here's some salt, TBA. Whoa. All right, whoa. All right. I don't know what we're going to do with Mike, y'all. Wow, ain't that something? The females have never had that before. So y'all, they just learned something. Let me do you a favor, ladies. Let me do you a favor. You can go on YouTube and you can look up under, I think it's the Business Insider YouTube channel. I want to say it's Business Insider, but Most Expensive. They have a series called Most Expensive. Yes, Saltwerk, Saltverk. You can look on YouTube. And it's under most, they have a video series called Most Expensive. And that's when they talk about Saltwerk. That's when they talk about Saltwerk. So fellas, if you want to know about upgrading a chick, that's what that means. Monica, what you doing? Monica, what are you doing? Y'all, Monica's over here showing out. She's over here showing out. All right. I got somebody special for you. I got somebody special for you. So, for my favorites, I might have to put them to the side. But I got something special for you. She over here showing out, y'all. So, she doing the most. In any case, if you want to know what it means to be in my world, you talk about upgrading, fellas, something as simple as that. Everybody knows about the pink Himalayan, but you talk about Most Expensive. Saltwerk is a very good place to begin with Most Expensive. Manuka honey is another place to, you talk about your ingredients. Manuka honey And if those of you who know about the genetic markers for Manuka honey, that's another place to begin. So if you really want to know, guys, you don't have to be a multi-millionaire to upgrade a female. Most females have never had much experience with different types of salt, unless you've been to a real good gourmet restaurant. If she's been to a real good gourmet restaurant, they'll come out and the waiters will come out with the different types of salt. So y'all be shocked. They got white salt, they got rock salt, they got black salt, they got pink salt, they got green salt, they got the black with the white streaks in it. They got black with the white streaks. Oh, hell yeah, I know all about that. I know all about that. Absolutely. I've been buying that forever. Well, I've been buying it for years anyway, not forever, but I've been buying it for years. So we can go down the list, but fellas, if y'all want to know, if you want me to go ahead and strap you with the game right quick to some dumbass who told you that you have to have millions of dollars to be able to upgrade a female, having knowledge of these kind of things I'm talking about right now, this right alone will upgrade you. So do yourselves a favor and start learning those things. So there's a series on YouTube called The Most Expensive, and I think that'll go a long way towards helping a lot of you guys. If you don't know, I promise you most of the females don't. And if she does, she will be impressed that you know too. And not just the name, if you know the ins and outs and how it's made and where it comes from. These are things that a woman respects. A woman respects if you know the difference between regular honey and Manuka honey. And if she's never had Manuka, you about to blow her damn mind. If she's only been using rock salt and iodized salt all this damn time, and you're able to sit up here and bring her a dozen different types of salt, not just pink Himalayan, not just pink Himalayan, not just pink Himalayan. If you are able to do that, if you know the difference between real vanilla and the artificial stuff they use, the difference between actual cinnamon versus it's not artificial, I should say, but versus the pass off, that casein pass off stuff they use. If you in here tonight, YouTube is hating on what we're doing here. Hey, the broke folk are sitting up here yelling about it. It must be. Hey, the broke people must be lodging complaints. Are you going to let him talk down to us, YouTube? Aren't you going to stop him? Aren't you going to stop him? Let me tell you, to the fellas here, you got your hater hat on because your daddy was a deadbeat and your mama was the block slut. And so you're a grown man. So the only thing you know how to do is to boil weenies for something to eat. So what we're talking about here, it sounds like we are living on another planet. Dude, it is so easy in this day and era for you to get your weight up and to get the upgrade going. It is so damn easy. There's a bigger damn world. Look, I got to tell y'all what it is. There's a bigger damn world than red bottoms and handbags. There's a bigger damn world than red bottoms and handbags. There's so much more you can do and so much more that adds value to you as a man than just being able to buy a chick red bottoms and handbags. That's why I mentioned Saltwerk. That's why I mentioned cinnamon. That's why I'm mentioning vanilla. These are things that matter to a female. These are things that matter. You know something else that matters? Thread counts on sheets. You know something else that matters? Thread counts on sheets. You're talking about getting a female a gift? You want to know something that will upgrade her bed? Camel fur. Man, look here. I'm telling you guys too damn much. And you don't have to be a multi-millionaire to get it either. I'm telling y'all niggas too damn much. I'm telling you too much because some of you have been misusing the business that I give you, and you getting little silly girls in bed because they're naive. Do you know? Oh, Bob, D, y'all didn't know? Let me tell you, it'll work. You got to go look. Thread counts matter. What comforters are made out of matters. Y'all like camel fur. You didn't know they do that? You didn't know they do that? Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't know they do that. Oh boy, you didn't know they do that. Come on now. How many people here knew that you can buy comforters made of more material than just polyester and cotton? How many of you knew you can get it made out of wool? You can get it made out of other materials. How many of y'all knew that? Hand up emoji in the chat room if you already knew you could do that. Hand up emoji in the chat room if you already knew you could do that. That they make comforters out of more than just cotton and polyester. And you ain't got to be a multi-millionaire, but let me tell you from personal experience, when you break up with her, that's going to be the first damn thing she grabs to say you can't have it. You know, when y'all break up and you start grabbing your stuff and she start grabbing her stuff, she gonna go for the comforter. She's gonna go for the comforter. Let me tell you, the first time she gets under that, the first time she feels it, nigga, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Empress Kira, you saying too much. They don't know about that. You saying too much, Empress Kira. You saying too much. You saying too much. They don't know you can actually get them. They think that's a cartoon. They don't know you can actually get those. And you don't have to be a millionaire. That's my point. You don't have to be a millionaire. That's my whole point. You don't have to be a millionaire for it. So that's what I'm saying, fellas, take a look at her. Everything in her life can be upgraded if you think about it, and you don't have to go for the stuff you heard in the damn rap music video. I've never drunk alcohol in my life, but I know that everybody who does drink alcohol, the first thing they'll tell you is don't take advice from rappers on what alcohol to buy. They're going to sit up here and name for you a bunch of stuff that was a bunch of rot gut that some corporation paid for. Patron and all that mess. They don't really say the stuff that people actually drink. People who actually drink things, rappers don't really talk about that stuff. Rappers don't name that. They name a bunch of stuff that was paid for. People who actually drink, rappers don't name the stuff that people actually drink. When y'all go to the club, them bottles at the club that the folks sit up, that the bartender just pours you out a little bit of, the stuff that costs thousands of dollars, the bartender just pouring you out a little old shot glass, the rappers don't name that. I can name on one hand the number of songs talked about Everclear and Bacardi 151, and I don't even drink. And I can name on one hand the number of rappers who mention that. Patron all over the place. Chris all over the place. But the really good stuff that drinkers really know, and your tequilas and things, they don't even name those. They don't name any of them. So I'm just telling you, it's just one of those things, fellas. There's so much that can be upgraded. There's so much that can be done. I'm talking to the cats. Those of you who ain't making $150,000 a year, you need to cut your teeth. You need to cut your teeth on learning how to upgrade a chick. If she loves to cook, go take a look in that in her cabinet. I guarantee you ain't no saltwerk in there. I guarantee you there is no saltwerk in her cabinets. I'll put a stack on that unless she's been listening to me. Unless she's been listening to me, there's none of that up in there. You can blow her damn mind right then. Just go ahead and order it. Boom. Go to Amazon, order it. Boom. It shows up. That's it. That'll be the last time she sits up here talking crazy. You just upgraded her whole damn cabinet. The whole damn cabinet. You just upgraded it. I ain't telling you what somebody else told me. I'm telling you what I've been doing for years. No red bottoms. No Birkin bag. You don't have to buy a Porsche. I'm not saying, these are little things that will upgrade everything she's doing. Little things. Little things. So these are things that you can do. There's all kinds of little things you can do. If she loves to cook, that's what you do there. She gon' sleep at some point. She gon' want to get in bed at some point. Everything isn't Bed Baths and Beyond. I'm sorry to tell you, that's not the fanciest, that's not the best place. It's better than Walmart, but I hate to break the news to you, but there are better places than Bed Baths and Beyond to buy the things that she gonna sleep on. Now think about it like this. Think about what I just told you. Now you got this little chick, she been buying her clothes from TJ Maxx all this time. Dude, do you know what an upgrade that is for her? Do you know what a life change that is for her? And for you as a man to say, no, baby, let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how it's done. You don't have the money to get her a car with a heated steering wheel? Man, look here, y'all supposed to be paying me thousands and thousands of dollars for what I'm about to tell you. She doesn't have enough. You don't have enough money to get her a car with a heated steering wheel? No problem. Buy her some isotoner gloves. I haven't heard the name isotoner in so damn long. Let me tell you, it'll be the last pair of gloves she ever buys. If you're a guy and you never bought any isotoners, it'll probably be the last pair you ever buy. If you can't afford to get her a car with a heated steering wheel, okay, fine. Buy her a pair of isotoner gloves. Get her the driving gloves. Get her a pair of isotoner driving gloves. The driving gloves. Man, look here. It doesn't, and now they're not cheap compared to regular gloves. They're not cheap compared to regular gloves. Let me say one more time. Isotoners are not cheap compared to regular gloves. No, they are not. These are not $5 and $6 gloves. No, they're not. No, they're not. But they'll be the last damn pair of gloves she ever buys. They'll be the last damn pair she ever buys. Even if you can't afford, they're very well made. They're very stylish. They're extremely comfortable. They are resistant to cold. They're specifically made to be resistant to cold. Man, look here. They'll be the last damn pair of gloves she ever buys. Okay, Erica and some of the other ladies in the chat room will bear me witness. Think about this for a few moments. Fellas, we're not talking thousands of dollars of stuff, except for the damn comforter. Now, the comforter's going to be hundreds, but it's a lot less than the car. Demond is taking down the whole damn list. He's like, man, damn, TBA, thank you. All I was going to do was get the bras some chocolates. Yeah, fellas, let me go ahead. I'm upgrading the fellas here too. It's cool to have somebody telling you about colognes, but that's for you. And it's cool. Anybody can go off and buy an expensive handbag. Anybody can go off and do that. You all understand the sense of touch is not the strongest of the human senses. The sense of smell is the strongest of the human senses. The sense of smell is most tied to memory. So when we talk about cooking, there's a reason why women love to cook so much, even if they don't understand it, because it's more stimulating. It's the most stimulating thing. Remember, to smell something, it actually, the particles of whatever you're smelling have to actually touch the nasal receptors of your nose. So yes, you are actually coming into physical contact with whatever you're smelling. Guess what? Same thing for tasting. Tasting is more intimate than smelling. Tasting is more intimate than smelling. For those of you who didn't know, to taste something is more intimate than smelling. So when I'm giving you about the salts, when I'm giving you about the seasonings, when I'm giving you about the spices, when I'm giving you about the game about that right there, just understand these aren't things that will cost thousands, but I promise you she has not heard of everything I mentioned tonight. I promise you she may have heard of one, but she ain't never bought it. She may have heard of one, but she hasn't bought it. And you can be that dude that does that. So to the fellas in here, to the young cats listening, I'm not just sitting up here flexing. What I'm telling you is a different way of thinking about things. So yeah, for those of us who can buy the broad a brand new Lexus LS 500, And we ain't flexing on you. What I'm saying is you got to work your way up the system. So start where you are. And there's a bunch of cats who are out here. They know how they can buy every handbag on the planet, every pair of shoes. They can buy whole sports cars. Never got the chick a new pair of gloves. These are things she will use on a regular basis. She gonna wear them red bottoms once or twice a year. She's gonna sleep on that bed every night. She's gonna sleep on those pillows every night. When it's cold outside, she's gonna wear those isotoners every day. You buy her a nice coat. If it's cold, she gonna wear that every day when she goes out. She's going to remember the dude who upgraded her. She's going to be like, before you came along, I was wearing these little old thin ass windbreakers. You showed up and put the game in me. Demare, Clive Christian, and number one, by the way, let me tell you about the level. Let me tell you about there's levels to it. Number one. You talk about Clive Christian. Let me go ahead and break the game to you. Number one. That's all I'm going to say about that. By the way, Clive Christian, number one. But by the way, to the cats who trying to get their money together and get this stuff, don't start at Clive Christian. Don't start there. I'm just sprinkling you with a little bit of the business so that you can understand how to look at this differently. And she's going to be like, wow, how did you know that? And you ain't going to say me. Of course, you're not going to name me, but okay. She going to ask you how you know. Oh, baby, I've been around, so you ain't going to name me. But, oh, it is what it is. Nigga, don't lie. You ain't going to tell her. Well, Jason Black told me about that because you're going to be scared she going to call me up. But I understand. I ain't mad at you. I understand. But I want you to understand that there's more than just buying shoes and handbags, dude. There's more to it than just that. There's more to it. And as males, you usually don't deal with those things on a regular basis, but if you learn just those little things, take a look and observe. And these are things that she uses on a regular basis. She gonna come back to it every day and she gonna remember you the man put the game in her. You the one who put the game in her. So when I talk about upgrading a female, I'm talking about you go through there and stop being some mama's boy who walking through the world like stranger in paradise and start understanding literally everything in her life can be upgraded, but you don't have to start with big appliances. There are a bunch of little simple things. You don't have to start with expensive jewelry. There's a bunch of little things that you overlook on a regular basis because you're allowing rappers to tell you how to upgrade a woman. Instead of dealing with the basics, dealing with the simple things. Does the chick you talking to have an iPad? Get her a genuine leather case. That won't cost you thousands of dollars. If she's an iPad head, you don't have to buy her an iPad Pro. Get her a genuine leather case. It'll cost less than the damn iPad will. That's the killing part about it. By the way, it'll cost less than the iPad will. How many fellas know a female who has a genuine leather iPad case? How many of you fellas know a female who has a genuine leather iPad case? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Give me a thumbs down if you know a bunch of chicks with iPads but don't have a genuine leather case. Give me a thumbs down. There's a bunch of females got iPads, iPhones, and then they got plastic cases, polyester cases, pleather cases, but don't have a genuine leather iPad case. If she's an iPad head and she uses it on a regular basis, guess what? Are you being observant? Are you being observant? Take a look at all the females quiet right now. Fellas, I want y'all to, damn it, take a look at how the fellas are putting up their thumbs up and down. The females are quiet. There goes naturally Tura. Anyway, but the females are quiet. Fellas, I want you to understand, the chicks don't know this. They don't know this. Some of them going to act like they do. They don't know this. Except maybe the older ones. The older ones who've been having to throw elbows and fend for themselves for the last 25 years. Well, they know. They got nothing but time to go rummage. Ooh, take a look at right there. This got diamond printing. Ooh, this has extra stitching. And the ones who've been out here having a hot foot and hump it for themselves, they got plenty of time to go check on these things. And she's got plenty of time to upgrade herself. The men dropped her off at the bus stop decades ago. She got plenty of time to research. Of course she does. With the QVC channel and everything else, she got plenty of time. The young chick ain't got time like that. Shout out to Mike Check Productions. Either upgrade or get reduced. You're damn right. This is all a part of the repertoire of a man being competitive. As a man, this is all part of your repertoire of being competitive. This is all important for a man to understand. This is how you make a mark on a woman's life. And I'm saying this because I want the females to listen and to understand that how I explained to these guys so that they understand, hey, if you've been listening to Jason all this time, you heard what he said. You heard what he said. Y'all know me. When I get with a female, first thing happens, closet goes. Show me anything and everything in this closet that your last dude or any man bought for you. Cause all of it's gonna go. I'm not gonna sit with a female who's got a closet with another man's etching. I'm not gonna sit up here and have you with a closet with another man's molding. That was the jacket he wanted. You with me now. That goes. It can go to Goodwill. It can go to Salvation Army. It can go to hell. But where it's not going to be is in here with you. It goes. All this going to get replaced. I'm not going to have another man's molding of you. Yes, jewelry too, damn it. All that mess is going to go. And it's going to be replaced. Because that means something. If that man gave you a ring, it means something. If he gave you earrings, it means something. Don't tell me it didn't. Because it does. And if you still got it, it does. You gave him back them funky ass drawers he gave you. You gave him back them funky ass shoes. You wasn't afraid to let them go. But you still got the jewelry. It means something to you. Now, if there's something about him that still means that much to you, you need to be with him. Black to death, you damn right, nigga. You under new management. Ma'am, you are under new management. That's it. The old company been shut down. You're under new management. The closet ain't gonna stay empty. Let's be very, very clear. The closet is going to be cleaned out, remodeled, and it's going to be rebuilt in my image, not his. We're going to a brand new place. It's going to be in my image, not his. El Monroe, you ahead of me. You ahead of me. But if this going to be your lady, you damn right. We're going straight to Mattress Express. The mattress, the box springs, the frame, all this going. I'll be damned if you gonna lay me on a bed that you've been laying with another man on. What the hell is this? Elegant Angel? What the hell is this? A Hustler XXX movie? No, all this got to go. All this got to go. That's it. Those were the shoes he bought you. You gonna get the ones I buy. All this got to go. If you want to keep it, you are more than welcome to keep it. But don't expect me to do anything. You're going to be built in my image, not his. Not his. Not his. And fellas, if she fights to hold on to that stuff, it's because it means something. And let me tell y'all right now, if any of y'all have ever dealt with one of my exes, nigga ain't gonna be nothing you can do but be mad, because she's not gonna let go of it. I'm just gonna tell you right now, the only thing you can do is be upset. She ain't gonna throw out a damn thing. She's not gonna throw out a damn thing. So, hate to tell you, I feel bad for you if you're following up behind me, because that's going to be a tough act to follow. It's going to be a tough act to follow. I'm just telling you right now, she going to give you everything. Man, nigga, you better check under the beds, in the closet, up in the attic. If she tells you she threw it away, if you didn't watch her do it, man, you better be like CSI. You better check under everything. I promise you, if you didn't see her do it, it's around that place somewhere. It's still there somewhere. She doesn't have a dog or house plants, but if she got something of mine that she met you with, it's going to be there. It ain't going anywhere. It's not going nowhere. I'm just telling you right now, it ain't leaving. It'll take a hell of a dude to get it done. If it does happen, it's going to take a hell of a dude to get it done. You going to have to be that dude. All the way up and down, you going to have to be that dude. But let me tell you right now, man, you're going to have to redo every damn thing. You're going to have to throw out the pots, the pans, the seasonings. You better ask her some questions. How'd you get that salt? By the way, it's going to be so many fellas now. Y'all going to be so messed up in the game. Ladies, do you know how many fellas going to be messed up now when they come to y'all's house and see saltwerk? Do you know how many fellas going to be messed up right now when they come to your house and they see that saltwerk? I done messed up the whole damn thing. Henceforth and forevermore. Whenever these guys come to some female's house and see saltwerk, you ever used to date a guy named Jason? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, anime. You ever been to Louisiana? Which end? Top end or southern end? Which end of Louisiana you been to? Fella's gonna be so messed up after this. How you heard of saltwerk? Where you find this at? They ain't got this down in Costco. I'm just saying, upgrading is not what you think. It's to the fellas here, and you haven't had a father in your life who's worth a damn, and your mama damn sure isn't. I'm giving you the part of these kind of things. If nobody ever discussed this with you, man, there's so many different ways to do this. There's so many different ways to do this, man. If you dealing with a female and you fool with her for real, man, there's so many different ways that you can approach this. Upgrading a female isn't always about the car. Valentine's Day is coming up. Upgrading hers, man, you can upgrade her kitchen without buying a new damn appliance. Find something she ain't heard of, but something she can understand. Man, there's just too many damn different ways to do this. There's just too damn many. Too many. Let me go ahead and hip y'all to one more thing. Damn, Jason, you ain't done? Hell no, I'm not. I'm going to say one word. Soap. And I ain't talking about Dr. Squatch. And I'm not talking about Dr. Squatch. Fellas, all I'm going to say is your research will be rewarded. But if you think you found the best soap at Walmart, Bed Baths or Beyond, or Bath and Body Works, Bath and Body Works, I guess, is something of a good start, but man, look here. It goes way beyond that. It goes way beyond that. Project Leroy, if it's me, I would. I mean, unless she got it from another broad. I mean, she got it from another female. Keep it so she can see how far. You ain't got to tell her to throw it out. She going to throw that on her own. If she got it from another broad, just keep it. She going to throw that on her own. No, Jimmy, I ain't going to tell you. Now, here's the thing. The females know. Okay, Jimmy, let me go ahead and show you what I mean. Ladies, how many of you have a better, more expensive soap than anything that they sell at Bath and Body Works? Now, this is going to be for some of the older females, those over the age of 30 or 35, been out here humping it for themselves. Ladies, how many of you have a better, more expensive soap than what they sell at Bath and Body Works? How many of the females listening to me here tonight, you have soap that is better and more expensive than what they sell at Bath and Body? Did you say Dial? Nigga, no. No, nigga, no. No, nigga, no. Trap Queen, we know you do. We know Trap Queen does. Fellas, you better pay attention. You better pay attention. Hey, let me tell you something, nigga. If you meet a chick and she a size 14 or bigger, but she smell nice, she got some of them expensive soaps. Hey, I gotta say it. I'm gonna say it. Okay, I'm messing up. If you get a chick and she's a size 14 or bigger, but she smells nice, that's because she's got a nice soap. I'm telling you. She's got one of them expensive soaps I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say anything because the ladies know I gotta keep something for myself. It's true, but it's true. But it's true. But it's true. If she's a size 14 or bigger and she smells nice, that's because she's got one of them expensive soaps. That's why she don't think she gotta lose weight. She's like, hey, I'm already straight. That's why she thinks she don't have to lose weight. Ladies know. The ladies know. It's all true. You know it. Yeah, they got the nice soaps and the nice perfume. She's like, why do I gotta stop being a size 22? Don't I smell nice? Well, yes, you do, but I'll be damned. I'll be damned. In any case, the ladies know, fellas, if you really want to step your soap game up, find you a plus size chick and ask her what I'm saying to you now. All I'm doing is sitting, Rising, what you doing? Rising, what you doing? This is why we can't have nice things, because niggas want to say everything they know. In any case, this is why we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. In any case, there are levels to this, fellas. It's worth your investigation. Come on now. Look, you can't have me sit up here and lead you by the nose on everything. Come on now. I can't lead you by the nose on everything. You gonna have to look into some of this yourself. Jason, why don't you name something for me? Man, look here. I've been naming stuff all night. Come on now. At least do some looking into it yourselves. Y'all got females all around you, particularly the older ones and whatnot. The older ones and the bigger ones. I'm talking about the bigger classy ones, not the bigger ones in Section 8. The bigger classy ones, I'm just telling y'all, hey, a plus size broad got nice perfumes and nice soaps, man. You need to know that. A plus size broad got nice perfumes and nice soaps. If nobody told you, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, a plus size broad keep her skin straight. Now, what she is misguided. She's misguided if she thinks that's going to fix everything. But the plus size broad will keep her skin together. Now we can just get the rest of her eye. We'll be in good shape. fellas, there's levels to this, and then you can go take this back to the chick you really care about. Sorry to all my plus size gals, like I got to do it to you, fellas. You go get the game from a size 16 or a size 20, and then go take it back to your size 6. They gonna hate me for this. Get the game from a size 16 or a size 20, and then go take it back to your size 6. Go take it back to your size 6 chick, your size 8. Go take it back to her. Get that size 16 to let you know what's going on. Get that size 18 to show you some new things. And then go take it back to that size 8. Hey, baby, guess what I found? I did it. 20-something years ago, but I did it. The big gals, they wouldn't go buy that stuff. I ain't coming to your house, but so glad you showed me that. I ain't coming over. No, you ain't going to catch me there at all. But thank you very much for lacing me up with that. Joseph said he wanted to speak on Zoom. Let me see. Go ahead and put that in the chat room there. I'm not going to be on terribly much longer. It's been 2 hours and 42 minutes. Nobody wanted to call, so I guess they're through with that, which is perfectly fine by me because I've been filibustering tonight. But for those of you who can't join us for whatever your reason is, you too broke or too lazy, and you'll be whining and complaining in a few years. You're going to be sitting at home for Valentine's Day anyway. I would recommend you be someplace that actually might do you some good. It actually might do you some good. You might want to look into that. I'm just saying. Joseph, let me see here. Joseph, okay, you got the thing on. Give me just a moment. I don't know where the hell I put the damn thing at. Where is the... All right, Joseph, turn your speakers off. All right, Joseph, what you doing? You're on.
So, peace to the chat, B1. I'm just calling Jason as I'm cleaning up. I closed on the building, so now I got to move out of this place. But I was wondering the format for the Valentine's Day thing. Will it be multiple Zoom rooms? Is it FaceTime call?
I'm going to do it right now. It looks like we're going to do it on Zoom, and it allows you to be able to do multiple rooms. So we're going to max that bastard out, basically. We're going to max that bastard out.
That's what's up. And tomorrow, of course, everybody, follow the instructions from the email. And I look forward to speaking. I look forward to tossing my head in this arena. Let's see what we can get going here in Chicago.
Well, like I say, definitely, I've been working behind the scenes. I'm going to try to have as many of y'all packed in there as I can. And I'm not just talking about the fellas. So we're going to be doing everything. And I've already pre-checked on this. So they've already given me the yes on it. So now all they got to do is show up, and all the fellas got to do is show out. Like I say, it's grown man situation going on. And you've heard how I've explained it to everybody. So they got the ability to make their decisions with their eyes wide open. And from there, let the chips fall where they may.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I got. I'm going to land my plane and get off Zoom because now I still got to pack and get ready for the movers.
Well, we'll be looking for you here. Thank you very much for giving us a call and joining us. And definitely they're going to have time to be able to do that. So everybody straight and forward. You have your opportunity to do that. Let me get, got somebody on Blog Talk here. Let me get caller from area code 901. You're on live with The Business. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Jay from New York.
All right, Jay, from where at in New York?
Queens.
You sound ready to lead, Jay. What's on your mind?
No, I just called in because you said nobody called in. Let's see what you were saying about all that. So my question is like the Valentine's Day coming up or whatever. I don't have no girl or nothing. And you talking about the gifts and all that type of thing. So how do you feel about like whatever, the big girls? You was talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be allowed to join too. Fellas like you definitely want to be on deck for that part. So I suggest you don't miss it, Jay. You sound like you make about $25,000 a year working down there at Pier 1. So Definitely, I would recommend you be there. I recommend you be there, and we can definitely find you something that is compatible with your lifestyle.
Yeah. Now, what I was talking about, you talking about like the big girls that kind of smell good and all that. They know the thing like that type of thing. So I live in New York. It's like one big chick. Like I'm not really looking for no, but she smells good and stuff like that. So.
Okay, well,
how do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it, nigga? You the one thinking about her. I mean, I've already explained what I feel. You're the one considering her. I'm like, do you think you can pick her across the threshold? If you do, because you sound like you weigh about 113 pounds. I don't know. That might be bad for you. So I don't want to get you in a bind. But, bruh, like I say, I mean, if she smells nice enough, you might be like, well, look here. If I don't think about it too much, it won't bother me. But definitely, like I said, if that's where you're fitting in life, man, you might wind up having to put it on your resume.
With that, but I was really going off what you were saying about like when you try to upgrade a chick, like you can buy them certain things that they don't understand or whatever, or other people don't do. You saying this and the third. Now, I was kind of relating to that.
I mean, if you get a big chick, you can buy her something she don't.
Not even a big chick. I was just.
Well, no, I'm just saying for a big chick, you can buy her. But for a big chick, you can buy her something.
Before that, when you say
okay, calm yourself down.
Buy them that.
If you get a big chick, you can buy her something that she doesn't understand, like a treadmill or a stair stepper or a weight bench. There's a number of different things you could get her that don't cost terribly much that she certainly has not gotten used to. A scale. There are a number of different things you can get that won't break the bank. So, certainly.
All right. Can I kind of ask you a question?
You can start there.
The lane that you was talking about. Can I ask you a question about that?
The lane. Okay, what's the lane?
Like the lane you saying, like my older brother, he was like, you can get a girl and you kind of can upgrade her. Not like what they talking about nowadays. Like upgrade her, you can get like a regular chick and upgrade her to like make her a top chick that nobody's talking about. And I feel like you saying that earlier, like this and that.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, in this world right now, everybody's trying to find somebody who's pre-made and pre-built. And
exactly, you can take a regular chick and upgrade her.
Right. Well, but you have to be able to define what, quote, regular is. That's the problem. Usually, folks they don't know how to identify some. Like, for example, they don't know how to identify the difference between a chick who is pretty but she ain't made up, or she hasn't really gotten herself into potential. She hasn't really learned how to do her maintenance and how to get herself fixed up, versus a chick who I don't give a damn what you do, you ain't gonna get this fixed up. It's just she's already where she's gonna be. And now you have to do like Cardi B and spackle on the makeup, and in a lot of the cases, most guys don't know the difference. So they usually try to get a chick who's 60% of where she needs to be. Problem. A chick who is 60% of where she needs to be, she thinks she's 100% where she needs to be. And the chicks who are 80% where they need to be, they think they're 150% where they need to be. So it's really about being able to recognize the difference between a chick who she hasn't ever really gotten her hair done versus a chick who's just raggedy. And there's just nothing you can do. You have to know the difference between a chick who doesn't have a shoe game versus a chick with cankles and stubby toes. Her toes look like monkey bread. That's the kind of thing you have to watch out for. So you have to know the difference between a chick who just. My
older brother told me that.
Well, you just have to. It takes time. You have to be able to identify the difference between a chick who just isn't fixed up versus a chick who ain't really fixing up. Ain't really an option.
Do those girls still exist? Do those in this day and age with like the Instagram and all that? Do girls like that still exist? To like they're beautiful or whatever, and they just I'm not saying they don't know it or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like back in the day, those girls did exist. Like they're beautiful and they just didn't know it. But this day and age, with the internet and all this, they just whatever. Twos think they're tens. But back in the day, maybe 20, 30 years ago, you had beautiful women that just didn't know it, and you could kind of upgrade them a little bit. Do those girls still exist today that they're beautiful women? Maybe, like you said, they just don't know how to dress, or maybe their mother never taught them how to do their hair and type of things like that. And you can as a man and kind of
all these single moms today ain't teaching their daughters a damn thing. In a lot of cases, they ain't even teaching them basic hygiene. So we're overflowing with little plucky little raggedy ducklings. We're overflowing with that. But you also have to understand what's been missing in their lives is a positive, authoritative male influence. So you got a mama who doesn't know, and you have a daughter who has never seen a man whose authority she could trust and submit to. So you come along with all your instructions and things, and it's a whole new world to her. So you got to be all the way strapped, all the way ready. You have to be versed in these things. So you have to know where to take them. You like if you see her and it's like, hey, the hair ain't on point, dude, it ain't enough for you to say the hair ain't on point. Hey, have her go find you somebody. You got to know somebody for her to go to. Someone who really does hair, not weaves. So what I'm saying is, now she will trust your authority, because you ain't just saying, hey, your hair need to get done, go figure it out. If she could figure it out, she'd have done it already. When she meets you and you like, hey, look, I'm built. Here's a hairstylist. Here's a nail shop you can go to here. You know, in New York City, you got the Dominicans for that. So, I mean, if you want to do different types of hairstyles in that regard, Dominicans got that on lock. If you want to put them in twists, depending on if she wants that, or curly hairstyles. So in New York, the Dominicans got that on lock, which is cool. And so, like I say, as the guy, if you know where to get the hair done, if you know where to get, her brows threaded, if you know a good dermatologist, let's go ahead and clean this skin up. Forget, like, guys try to go to makeup because that's all you know about. Man, let me tell you, going to a good dermatologist will not cost you more than a couple of $100s. Because all they're going to do is tell them what needs to be done. The dermatologist is just going to tell them what needs to be done. That's what they're going to tell them. At worst, they got the zapper for the moles. At worst, that's what you got to deal with, the zapper for the moles. And then that's it. Dude, that's going to cost you a couple of $100s. Next thing you know, her skin is cleaned up. She doesn't have to have on a bunch of damn makeup and things. So there you go, man. Now you can start with the lipstick and the eyeshadow, because it's like bodybuilding. You've now built her she has a good base. She has a good foundation.
But they think they got it, though. They think they got it. So they won't even listen to let you upgrade them, type of thing.
Well, I mean, that's the whole problem, right? The whole point is, for me, I'm not bringing you all a bunch of females who want to tell you how it's going to be done. They're here. That's the ingredient, is we got to start with somebody who wants to be under management. If she doesn't want to be under management, bro, they're gonna be here on They're gonna be here on the 14th. How much money you making a year, Jay?
Me right now, I'm only doing like 65.
Okay, well,
just working. I do a little. Maybe 20 more. Just
we got a couple size 6.
Legitimately,
we got a couple size 8.
Legitimately,
okay,
not
Jay. We got a couple size 18s. They'll be here to fool with you for real. So on the 14th,
I put her in the gym.
Okay,
I'll take the 18 down to a 12 and be real curvy.
Okay, you better get ready to start running on it. But on the 14th, go ahead and join us. We can see about getting you where you need to be. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Let me get caller area code 443. You're on live with the business. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, brother? This is Clay calling from Lemoore, California.
All right, Clay, what's on your mind?
Yeah, so I just had a quick question. Let's say you're a man and you make 6 figures, but you have a kid. Like, what can you expect to qualify for?
Well, here's the issue, brother. The women ain't really looking for a man with a kid any more than the men are. Now, for a man, however, it's not as detrimental as it is for a female, because females are looking for a guy who has fatherhood cues. So it's a minus, because now your money is spoken for already. You have other obligations. You might have baby mama or ex-wife drama, whether you tell it or not. So it can certainly be an issue. It can certainly be an issue. So it's going to be up to them, but ideally, the females are not looking for that either. So that's what I'm saying. Your offsets better be stacked. Your life has to be all the way together. The less you can't really afford to have any drama, because you're giving cues that your reproduction priorities weren't really in place. So now you got to offset that. Everything else got to be together. Everything else has to be together. And another thing, Empress Kira is making a good point. You and the baby mama got to be all the way done. See, there's the real problem with these baby daddies. Y'all sit up here and get these women pregnant so you can handcuff them, so that you know that she's not really desired by most men, so that you know you can just keep orbiting back around. She might have a dude for a minute, but when they break up, y'all can go lay up for a little while. So y'all lay up with each other in between relationships or whatever. And that's the real problem. So in this day and age, folks are just really kind of through with that. They really just kind of through with the folks who that's how they live in their lives. So the folks who ain't doing that, they really just kind of done with it. So it does make a headwind. That's for certain. The only way to offset that is you got to have all your other overcompensations in place. Number one, that life over there got to be over there. There'll be some chicks who, you know, if the kids are small or whatever, they might have less of an issue with it. But certainly if the kids are all in the way, just understand you might not be the most desirable option. It is what it is. It is what it is. So your offsets got to be together. The other offsets got to be together. It's got to be the kid and nothing else. My debt ain't no debts hanging around, no criminal records hanging around, no deadbeat niggas hanging around. My life is going good. I'm making over $175,000. I got assets in place. I'm trying to be retired by the time I'm 50. A chick is going to weigh that against the kid. She's going to weigh that against the kid. If the kid really isn't an obstacle to anything she wants to do and to anything she wants to get and to your leadership and your ability to give her the time that she wants, if the kid's not in the way of that, like I say, I mean, if you have it well structured, you might be able to make that work. More often than not, if everything else is in place, females are not as hard against that. Generally, the younger the females are, the more it is. It kind of works a little bit strange, though, because if the female will be younger, but if the guy is older, but just everything is in place and he's just set, younger females will generally accept that. If the guy is younger females are generally like, I ain't trying to fool with that. Unless just everything is in place. So how in place is everything?
For me, it's not in place. I was just asking, just so I can gauge it, because sometimes when I hear you talk about it, it sounds like if you're a single dad, it's kind of over for you too. But I wonder, does it make a difference when you have a child from a previous marriage and it's not like a baby mama situation?
No. I was the guy who started this, and now everybody and their mama, from High Value and everything else, all of them started it after I said it. Before I came along, everybody said, well, as long as she's a divorcee, if she got kids, well, as long as she's a divorcee. I was the guy who said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was out of wedlock. It doesn't matter if she's a divorcee. It doesn't matter if she's a widow. Because the circumstances under which you will have to deal with her are exactly the same. It's not that if she has them out of wedlock that they're more of an inconvenience than if she's a divorcee. She is a single mom. No matter the circumstances that created her single motherhood, she's here now. Well, what about her attitude and demeanor? Okay, that's great, and that can be judged later, but the circumstances under which you have to deal with her are identical to whether she had them out of wedlock or not. The circumstances will be the same. If she's a widow, there ain't nobody else to take care of the kids except her. They're there with her full time. If she's a divorcee, they may be there half the time and half the time gone, but generally speaking, the men dump the kids with the woman. They want to get on with their lives. And she thinks she's doing him wrong. I'll keep the kids and jank him for child support. But the bottom line is, if she has those children, no matter how she got them, you gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with a ready-made family and navigating her schedule with the kids, understanding that she's always gonna put them first. It doesn't matter whether she got them out of wedlock, divorced, or widowed. She's always gonna put them first, and she's gonna expect you to just accept being second, third, or whatever she needs you to be. So it doesn't matter how she got the kids. The circumstances are the same.
Copy that. All right, so that's all I have for you.
Thank you very much for giving us a call. Let me get caller from area code 470. You're on live with The Business. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Jason, this is Joe calling from Nashville.
All right, Joe from Nashville. What's on your mind?
Hey, so I just wanted to bring up my situation and get your opinion.
Nigga,
on it.
I know you joining us on the 14th. You've been spinning your wheels for years. You've been ragging me and nagging me all this damn time. I know you gonna be there on the 14th. Now, I just know you are. Now, if you're not, I don't want to ever hear another complaint from you again. You're just a glutton for punishment.
No, actually, man, it's funny. You know me too well. So, man, at this point, man, so I'm actually in a different position now. I took another specialty role back in Atlanta. So now, I increased my income, so now I'm around $230.
Oh, he ain't learned a damn thing.
You said what?
You ain't learned a damn thing, but go ahead.
Yeah, so where I am now is
every year you call me back with this. Every year, Joe.
No,
every year I've known you.
This is a new situation.
Like there's most niggas, y'all know most niggas ain't never, there's a lot of niggas, most of them ain't never had their money right. Joe's the one, the female ain't never been right. His money been right, but the broad ain't never been right. Just his money straight, but the broad ain't never been straight. Never.
No, I'm gonna tell you this. It's not, it's not the women, it's me. I can't even say it's not the women, it's me. So I think, I met a young lady, really, 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 very pretty young lady. The only thing about it is I just celebrated my 40th birthday. She's 25, right? So I went to a great college out in the Midwest and everything like this. My only thing about it is I think I met her about 5 months ago, and she wants to progress things a little bit faster than I do.
You know what we need to do? We need to find you a size 14 chick to put you under some management. So she can put you under some management for a couple years so she can get you straightened out. That's what we really need. We need to get you under a chick to get you into some management. Do we have a 45-year-old female who's got some nice expensive perfumes and colognes who can get him under some management? That's what we need to get. We need to get him under some management. Brother, you've been doing this every damn year I've met you, bro. It's the same damn thing year in and year out. Same damn thing.
It's not the women, it's me. I'll tell you what, I'm going to email you a picture of her, and you can just kind of give me your opinion.
I mean, okay, but after I give you my opinion, then what? You think we just looks
I don't know.
You're already messed up. Well, Jason, tell me if she look good. Okay, if she does, that doesn't make her girlfriend/wife material. So what's the point?
No, I'm wondering how do I put her to the test to see if that's, like I said, she wants to kind of progress things a little bit.
Brother, you gotta have an agenda. You gotta have an agenda, and you don't. I've been telling you that since I met you, man. That's what I'm talking about. We do the same damn thing every year, Joe. Ain't nothing changed. You know it ain't like that, Jason. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's like this every year. We have the same damn conversation. Joe, you're a good guy, and you focused on making money. But what I'm saying is being an alpha is not a tax bracket. Being an alpha is not an income bracket. You got a good personality, but you don't have an agenda. And because you have no agenda, you got nothing to plug her into. You don't even have a purpose for her being there other than to lay on top of her, which is why your only thing, well, Jason, let me show you to you and see if she looks good. Okay, let's just assume she does. Now what? Now what?
I mean, when you say have an agenda, I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm on my way to working with my brother right now to open up a Wendy's franchise. And so I was thinking about, if I was seriously dating her, plugging her into something like that, or have her on the side, be a personal assistant to something like that. Okay, that's my whole thing right there, though, brother. When you start from the standpoint of, let me show you if she looks good, then you can't tell me you have an agenda for her. An agenda is supposed to predate all of that. That's why men have a range. We don't have a type, we have a range. Because we're the ones with the agenda. We're the ones with the agenda, and then we plug them into it. Got it. And so if I can kind of plug her and chug her into that, which she's fallen into. I mean, she put together the paperwork and was submitting everything before I even asked for it.
Okay, here's the question. Here's the question a man needs to ask himself, Joe. And I've been telling you this forever. Sex is supposed to be a given. If you're questioning whether or not y'all can be sexual, she ain't the one for anything. But sex is supposed to be a given. So if sex is not a given, if sex is a given, then the only other question is, well, y'all will only be having sex about 30 minutes, maybe an hour. So what you going to do for the other 23 hours of the day? What is she there for? Because if the only real use she got is laying up, that's not an agenda. That's a utility. Now, if you got an agenda in place and she is conducive to perpetuating and executing the agenda, now we know what we're going to do for the other 23 hours of the day. So you need to ask yourself a basic question. Let me just forget sex altogether and just think that's a given. What is this female valuable, essential, profitable to me for outside of sex? Totally to the side of it. If you cannot explain it in terms that make sense to a CPA, why is she there?
Great response. And I think like I said, the other things I would say, they're matching up, and she's kind of fitting into what I'm doing entrepreneurially, launching that. And so I'll just kind of put it to the test for the next few months, and I'll email you how that's going.
Okay, definitely make sure you have an agenda, brother. The agenda got to be set first. The female is supposed to be in addition to what you're doing. She's not supposed to be the foundation. She's an addition.
Definitely not the foundation.
When you have your foundation built, then that right there really determines what females you're going to have in your life. When your agenda is built and rolling, that is what will determine the woman in your life. And who in the hell shouldn't even be there? Start there. Which is what I've always told you, by the way. That's what I always told you. All right, let me get caller mirror code 904. You're on live with The Business. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm the mayor. I'm calling from Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
Okay, I hope they ain't waterboarding you. What's on your mind?
Yes, I was want to know, what if we're out of the country? Are you still taking candidates from out of the country?
Okay, you say you're out of the country. Now, are you stationed in the military out of the country?
Yeah, well, I'm a contractor out of the country.
You're a military contractor?
Yes, a DOD.
Okay. I will warn the ladies about these military members and military contractors. I will warn them, but no, you are not excluded. You are equally available with everybody else. You are equally eligible and equally available.
Okay.
As long as you fit the criteria, if you meet the criteria and the requirements, you're allowed in with everybody else.
That sounds fair.
All right. Well, tomorrow night, you can start submitting your paperwork. Caller from area code 856. You're on live with The Business. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Jason. This is Anna out of D.C.
All right. Anna out of D.C. What's on your mind?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm just a little nervous. Do you provide coaching for married women who want to elevate their standard of living? And I'll give you some information as to why I'm asking. So when you talked about like the soaps and the camel duvet or comfort, salt barrack, and all these different things, and just, facials and going to the dermatologist, I was raised by a single mother. I'm the oldest of four, and I don't know anything about any of these things. And, I'm 27, and I would really like to learn from someone who I think is capable of teaching me what I need to know, so that way I can be the best woman and wife for my husband, as well as show my daughter how she's supposed to do all these other things that don't get mentioned when you're being raised by a single woman as a little girl. Because there's a lot that I did not know that I struggled to learn on my own. And it made for some really uncomfortable learning experiences.
Okay. Well, definitely. People ask me questions about this kind of thing, and it's really, really crazy because you were competitive when you attracted your husband. You had to outcompete the other women to get him. And here you are. And the real question is, when women get married, they kind of forget what it is to be competitive, or if it wasn't required. So stepping their game up, they kind of haven't really learned how to do that. So then men who are not married, we're still in that competitive realm. So we see things that the woman doesn't see and that the husband may not feel comfortable saying. Or he may not know himself. He might think something's wrong, or he might have wandering eyes and he knows something ain't quite the way he wants it to, but he can't really explain exactly what it is. So that's really been my experience. Married men tend to get very comfortable, and so they don't really say very much as long as you're not some screeching banshee floating around the house. He doesn't really say very much. But as far as being competitive, yeah, I mean, a single fella who's still dealing in the competitive world, we got a whole different perspective on that. So send me an email at handlethebusiness@yahoo.com, and we can definitely take a look at that for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us a call here tonight. Yeah, like I say, I mean, when you leave that competitive world, it can be difficult. You know, ladies, you know how it is. There's a reason why after the fellas get with you, the weight goes up. The weight goes up, the sex goes down. The women they get uncompetitive. And if you didn't have to compete heavy to get the guy from the front end, it can be hard when you don't have a vocabulary for that. Or if you come from a family of women who just didn't have a man they could keep around, it's just flipping and flopping, and then they turn the sons into their husbands and the daughters into their gal pals, and the dogs are members of the family, and it just becomes a whole damn crap show. So it can be nutty. It can be nutty. All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. Let me go ahead and kick you all the ballistics really quickly about what we need to expect here. Starting tomorrow night, Dolce, you keep going into the Zoom. If you're not going to go ahead and get on camera and whatever, baby, I don't know what you think you're doing. So you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. Turn it on. Good grief. In any case here, definitely for the fellas, you want to send your emails with Valentine's Day made man. Valentine's Day made man. And you want to send your information with that. You're going to want to send that. We want to know whether or not you got kids. We want to know, and you need to send your paperwork and documentation that verifies, hey, Jason, I'm built. Everything is in place. Everything's in place. So send your age. We want to know whether or not you in that 50,000 to 150,000 to 100. The three areas are 50,000, 100,000, or 150 plus. So that top tier is 150 plus. And we want to know if you got any kids. And make sure you have all your paperwork together. The more, the better. So if it's like, hey, Jason, I got the house, the cars, the disposable income, the accounts, everything is in place. Everything is in place. If that's where you're at, that's what you do. The subject line needs to be Valentine's Day made man. Valentine's Day made man. Valentine's Day made man for the men. And for the ladies, it's going to be Valentine's Day ladies looking. The subject line needs to be Valentine's Day ladies looking. Yes, Naturally Tour. You can sponsor them if you want to, as long as they send their information. Sure, knock yourself out. Valentine's Day, ladies looking. Valentine's Day, ladies looking. And for the ladies, you need to give us your age, whether or not you have any kids, whether or not you're willing to accept a side chick position. And you need to send a photograph, preferably from head to toe. But you need to send a photograph from head to toe. No baggy clothes, no garbage. We will eventually have to have a picture that the fellas who joined the event can see, to make sure there's no misrepresentation. We want to make sure they have that. Cassandra, side chicks are allowed. Shut the hell up. Side chicks are allowed. You late and slow. No ma'am, side chicks are allowed. If they wish to do that, that is their thing. As a matter of fact, that is resume enhancement. For most of the females, that is resume enhancement. Cassandra, why don't you take the rest of the night off? Nobody wants to hear what you got to say. Just because you're not eligible. I'm not here to argue it. Just because you sitting on the sidelines. No. If they want to be side chicks, we got a slot for them too. You don't get to set any rules. You just sit over there and make the pound cake, anime. In any case, ladies, those are the those are the 4 things we need to get from the ladies. And the 5th one, of course, is if you can cook. That, if everything else is in place, that might just get you your 5-star rating. If everything else is in place, that might just get you your 5-star rating. That might just do it. So, for the ladies, send your emails starting tomorrow night. After 7 p.m., starting tomorrow night. Subject line is Valentine's Day, ladies looking. We need to have your age. We need to know if you got any kids. We need to know if you are willing to accept a side chick position. If you're not, don't even say anything about it. It's only for those of you who are willing to. Just indicate you are. And then I need to have a picture. I need to have a picture. If everything else checks out, I will be in touch with you to let you know what the requirements are to go ahead and be able to join us. February 14th, everybody, is going down. If you're listening here live or recorded, I will be reminding you about this on the other programs, but it's going down. So for all of you who've been spending all this time, you want to talk about all these females, and Jason, you know why? Are you going to let us talk to any of the chicks who are on the program? And hey, she was nice, or that panelist that you had on, I think she'd be a good one to deal with. Hey, we're going to go ahead and get it going for you. We'll go ahead and get it going, and this will be your opportunity. Fellas, if you miss it, you missed it. If you missed it, you missed it. But you don't have to worry about doing the vetting, the question asking, or anything else. I'll take care of that myself. And then from there, let it be what it's going to be. No, nothing is going to end up on YouTube. All of this is off of YouTube. I said this before. All of this is private. This is not a YouTube event. All of this is private. If you do not attend, if you're not participating, you won't be there. If you are not participating, you're not going to be part of the event if you're not participating. This is not YouTube. This is not going to be streamed on YouTube. This is not going to be mentioned on YouTube. I'm not going to be giving updates other than to say, well, that happened. No, man, we're not giving any updates, no leaking information, no any of that. No any of that. One Love, we'll be dealing with that. We'll be dealing with that. But just understand, we're going to be thorough about the vetting process. So be looking for that. No, we're not doing Valentine's Day this year. We did Valentine's Day the last 2 years, and all my copycats were stealing it from me. We did Valentine's Day 2 years in the last 2 years. We switching it up now. We're not just bringing you problems. I am the solution. I am the solution. So everybody, strap in. It's going to be a wild ride. No, it is not just for the U.S. only, but I recommend that you have the ability to come here or to take them there. So I don't know if you're, no, it is not just for the U.S. No, it is not. Nope. It is not just for the U.S., but thank you for mentioning that. If you are outside of the U.S., you need to mention that for the men and the women. If you are outside of the U.S., you need to say that in your email. So for the ladies, we need your age, whether or not you got kids, willing to be a side chick, or not. If you're not, don't say anything at all. Can you cook? And are you inside the United States or are you outside the United States? And if so, where? So that's for the men and the women. So add that to the thing. Add that to the list of requirements there. You need to let us know where you are. So we'll just get your age, your location. Do you have kids? Age, location, if you have kids. And for the ladies, side chick, and can you cook? That's okay. As long as we're aware, as long as anybody who wants to talk to you is aware of that. As long as anybody who talks to you is aware of that. Let's get to it. Okay, Rondé, you know what? I'm going to say one thing. I don't want anybody sitting up here trying to run my program for me. They don't have to be, they can be from whatever background they want to be from. As long as they put that on front deck, I meant that. So if you don't like that, that's not, it's not for you. So, no, don't come in here trying to tell me about who can't participate, sir. If I didn't name that as a criterion, then who in the hell are you to tell me what it should or shouldn't be? No, I didn't say that. I did not. Linda's Asian ass is gonna be here. Now you can go smoke an ounce to that. I mean, if I have my druthers, I'll drag Linda's Asian ass up in here. And I'm gonna write side chick on her form. I'm putting side chick on hers. I'm gonna write side chick on her email myself. So yeah, Linda can join us, and I'm writing side chick on hers my damn self. So no, anybody from anywhere is allowed to participate. I said that at the beginning, and that is what it is. That is what it is. Niggas who ain't even gonna be taking part, hoes who ain't gonna be taking part, trying to tell me what it should be. What about his height? What if they from immigrant background? They don't even have to be black. They don't have to be black. Did you not like that? Since that was something you didn't want to hear, that won't be that's not a requirement either. That's why I mentioned Linda. Plenty of fellas have asked me about her. If they want to take her off of our hands, please come and do so. Please come and do so. I am at my wit's end with that woman. Come and get it. Come and get it. She is free for the taking. I might have a GoFundMe to get her plane tickets, even though she can afford it. She is Free for the taking. I will spot you a Linda. I will spot you one. But in any case here, if I didn't say that you can't do it, don't sit up here and start volunteering artificial rules. I made them rules. You don't like it, that's up to you. You don't have to deal with anybody you don't want to deal with. If you don't want to talk to Linda, you ain't got to. If you're only interested in talking to Linda, do whatever you want to do. If you want to stack up a bunch of single moms and start a harem, I don't recommend it. But I know some of you niggas gonna try it, so I'm like, okay. If you're the females, I know some of you temptation gonna get the better of you, and you gonna try to get you 2 or 3 dudes figuring you gonna straddle them. You know what? You can do that too if the fellas agree to it, which is why after the event, I'm gonna allow the fellas to compare notes. No, I'm not putting a bunch of restrictions on it. You are grown ass people. You are grown-ass people, and I expect you to behave that way. My job is to make sure that everybody is dealing with each other in good faith. As long as you straight up and that's what you're doing, I'm hands off. I'm not here to set parameters and boundaries except the ones I've named. If you show up and you just like, hey, I'm not dealing with anything except a black female under the age of 22 years old, so be it. So be it. And anybody else who's got another idea, knock yourselves out. But those are the requirements I named. That's all you need. If anybody's got an issue with that, okay, man, do whatever the hell you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever it is. I'm not here to sit up here and dictate what's going to be except the requirements I named. That's it. That's it. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up here tonight. If you are new here to The Business, welcome to the program that all of your favorite YouTubers love to hate watch. Click that red subscribe button, click that yellow notification bell, join us each and every time that we are here. If you haven't joined our Patreon, you know I broke the news on Patreon, so my Patreon members have been aware of this now for a while. The rest of you are just finding it out now, but my Patreon members have been aware of this for a while. Some of them started sending me their stuff. But my Patreon members have been aware of this for a while, so if you want to stay up to date on everything, I really recommend you join the elite. Keep that in mind. Valentine's Day 2023. 2023's place to be. And by the way, I will be in the place. So February 14th is a Tuesday. So we will host the business broadcast here on YouTube on that Monday. The very next night, blackout. So don't look on YouTube. Don't look to me or anything else. We will be having a private event, members only. Members only. So be ready. And this concludes tonight's broadcast of The Business. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, Mr. Jason Black. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember, handle your business or your business will handle you.